going on. finally have sound. I do believe so. Everything was correct, but internet is a weird place to begin with. Welcome to another day of DMG. We're sitting for the second match day of, let me try to say this in English, Good Game League of Legends, Houston Fall. So it's like Houston was Fall, something in Norwegian in 2023. I'm English, so I'll probably butcher this anyway. But we have the pride to watch today, Wilderness versus DMG No. So this is the second day, the second match day. It's going to be a best out of three. Also, this is going to be interesting because we have a surprise as a support. We're going to be talking to him further down the line. This is a best of three, and we're looking into teams that so far are undefeated. I know it's the second day. Most teams are undefeated, like half of the table, but it doesn't matter. Let's kick this game. I know everybody is ready to begin with, so as soon as we're ready, we're going to kick it off. To begin with, on our side, we have Pride, Ploxy, Royal Cannon. You guys know their name as well. Tidebringer, and the one and only Kasing. He also has a number one in front of his nickname because it's Kasing is the number one. On the other side, just to make sure I'm not saying anything incorrectly, we have Cry on the top side. Porcupine in the jungle. I love this one. Shaolin as well. Plunder in Blazing Fire. Well, I do know all of these names on the right side, so this is going to be a spectacle. I don't know how you guys are back at this, but just let me know. How are you feeling today? How's the day for you so far? As we kick it off into the Champion Select, I think I'm able to talk about the Champion Select. If I'm not, my production will let me know that I'm not allowed to talk about the Champion Select. Okay, so Lily is going to be the first one being removed from the table in favor of DMG. On the other side, they're going to kick it off with Cassiopeia. Kindred follows it up because they don't want to let Cannon play with that one, Porcupine play with that one. And Maokai is going to be the next one. This is actually interesting. We do have a lot of meta champions nowadays, and they're favoring those specific champions to take them off. We've seen, I don't know if you've been watching EMEA Masters, but we've seen the rise of, how do you call Nico in the mid lane, getting a lot of surprises. You can just fumble the game by pretending to be a minion, or even something a little bit more weird if you have the control of the map. The third one is going to be the Pike. And to finish it off on the first round of the bans, we're going to take out the Lee Sin on the right side, on the red team. I do believe as soon as they're over with this one, they're going to swap sides, Wilderness versus DMG. So I'm just going to say this because they're hovering the Pantheon. This is a... Man, I've missed this. I've missed the days where people would just look into Pantheon and say, hey, I know you're dead, Ashen. That is something. Actually, let me just put on the Pantheon theme for myself. Not for you guys, just for myself, because I'm not doing the production today, okay? I'm not doing the production. There you go. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit more hype. We don't see the draft, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the draft. I'm not doing the production. It's my boss who's doing the production. So I'm trying to go through the draft and telling you everything. If I had like a piece of paper, I could write down the draft and show you guys, but I don't have it. Tristana is going to be the pick for Wilderness, and they're going to follow it up because they are on the red side, so they have two picks, and it's going to be Rakan. So you know Tristana is a flex pick. She can go either mid or AD carry. They already have their support. Oh, look at that. They're hovering again. The Pantheon, man. I'm feeling it. First it was Pride, now it's Ploxy. If Cannon goes in with the Pantheon as well, I'm going to be happy. Viego! Wow! I haven't seen that one in a long time, but that's going to be an interesting one. There you go. The Royal Cannon follows it up with the Lissandra. And he's a beast with these control mages. He knows how to lock down an entire team fight. And if you see the Rakan, if the Rakan is the only initiated in the follow it up, maybe you can lock him in before he can charm anyone or be a nuisance in the middle of the team fight. Lissandra can lock him in either with the W or even the Frozen Tomb. Now, to end the first round of drafts on the side of Wilderness, it's going to be Vados, which means this Tristana, it is a flex pick. She's going to the mid lane or, a big surprise, even to the top lane. We've seen it happen competitively. It's a little bit fancy. Let's call it fancy. But we've seen Tristan in the top side most recently by Baus. You guys know the boss, so it's a good death. But I believe this Tristana is going into the mid. So, second round of bans starts the wilderness. It's going to be Ari removed from the table. So far, they've banned Cassiopeia, Maokai, Lee Sin, and Ari. On the side of DMG, it's going to be Lilia, Kindred, Pike, and now the Gwen. So no more of those. Viego is picked. Gwen is not allowed to be picked. The last ban on the red side, as we're waiting for that one to happen. Oh, I'm interesting to see because they know what they're going to be playing. Well, you banned the Yari. Do you believe this Lissandra is going as a support? That's the interesting part because if you take away, okay, we have the bans. Okay, we have the picks and the bans. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Interesting. They're going to take LeBlanc as well, so they don't believe this Lissandra will go into the mid lane. This could be a surprise coming in from DMG. I know Lissandra can be as a support or even as a top lane if you want to be a little bit annoying, but I believe Royal Cannon was going to go for the Lissandra mids. Maybe I'm wrong, and that's going to be beautiful if I am. That's the most interesting part of being a commentator, when you are wrong about things and you're like, ooh, I enjoyed this even more. I didn't think about this one. To follow it up, nah, you can't bring Caitlyn. This is not Arcane. This is not Arcane. You can't bring the Caitlyn when you have the Caitlyn, the Tristana, and the Varus. That would be such a squishy team. And also, if you bring a little bit more tanks, Lore from LEC is probably happy because Elise has been picked in the powerhouse that you can bring with the Elise in the first levels of the game. It is terrifying. This Elise can just make through the entire game. She can decide the game in like 10, 15 minutes. But you know your scale in the late game is going to be well, I'm going to be worried about that scale in the late game. So either you make do at the beginning of the game or you fall short. As I was talking about previously, Nico is rising more and more, not only because of the surprise factor, and if you don't have that communication and instant knowledge of what is happening in the map, Nico can catch you off guard, but she's able to provide so many things in the late game, especially as a lockdown and team fight ambassador. When I say this, we'll bring it up, bring it up. Okay. When I say this, is even if you have like a rocket belt or something like that, you jump into the middle of the fray, pop in with your ultimate, everybody goes into the air, everybody falls down, and meanwhile you have the rest of the team locking down and killing you. And look at the amount of CC we have on this side of the MG. You have Viego with a CC. Lissandra, you know what she does. She's like the police of the Rift if she wants to play around. Oh boy! The boss! The boss is picked as the last one? Oh, versus the Ornn. This is either do or die for Ornn because Sat has such a powerhouse in the lane, especially versus those immobile tank top laners with this Q, just punching them, just going ora, 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 going all JoJo on your face. This is a lovely pick. When you look into the wilderness size, they have a good early game. They can rotate it to the late game as well, depending on what sort of itemization this set is going to bring, either as a split pusher or something to help in the middle of team fights. But if you force team fights versus DMG, you have Ornn with the knockup, with the brittle effect, with a lot of knockups to begin with. Like all the CC is able to provide. Viego follows it up. Nico is just going to have a play day. Kai'Sa will just be there doing damage. And then Lissandra as a support. As a Rakan, you want to go in, bam, Frost. You're frozen. So you have the Freljord buff in favor of you. Yeah, for those who play TFT. Looking for DMG versus Wilderness. So now that we see the entire roster, I would like to ask you back at home, what do you believe is going to happen on this first game? It is a best of 3, so do let me know. Who do you think is going to take this first game? I'm enjoying the composition of DMG, but if I look into the damage they have, the type of damage, I don't find it reasonable to bring this Kai'Sa as an AP on hit champion as we've seen before, especially on the Masters, the EMEA Masters, where we saw the Static Shiv, the Nashor's Tooth, and then the Ginzu, where the W deals a tremendous amount of damage, but your on hit is also powerful as well. So I don't think you can follow that through because you have Nico, which is mostly AP, unless you want to surprise us with an on hit Nico, which is possible. It's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen. Kaisa on hit with AP. Lissandra, AP as well. Only Viogo will be the one dealing AD. Orton is like a mixed damage because you rely not only on the Brittle, but also on the Sunfire damage late game. So that would be an interesting pick if you go for the Kaisa AP. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be an on hit. I would like to see how Tidebringer is going to build this one. On the other side, though, Set, Elise, Tristana, Varus, and Rakan. Oh, okay. That is interesting to know. I was not aware of that. Let me jump into the other one then, because I need to understand what you guys are watching right now. So this is a leaderboard. The game starts in 1 minute and 10 seconds, as you can see. So far, if DMG are able to win versus Wilderness, they're going to be able to stay at the top of the leaderboard. We have a lot of prestigious teams fighting on this one, so it's quite important to maintain that win streak, to maintain yourself invulnerable. That would be interesting for DMG, especially because we're casting for the DMG channel. If I was a host like on, I couldn't be biased, I would say, well, let's see who takes the first place today. That was all I was going to say. But we have Kasing, we have the Cannon, we have the Tidebringer, the Ploxy, and Pride. So they gotta win today. Today I'm biased. And today's schedule as well. Oh, lovely. Odds as well. I'm as surprised as you guys back at home. Okay, we have Volda Esports versus Lazy in Live at the same time as Wilderness is fighting DMG. And it seems the odds for DMG are quite high versus Wilderness. Interesting. Venom Crest, you know that team, versus Big Fix Gaming is going to be on the 31st, as it seems. Yeah, the 31st of this month. So we still have a few days before that one. But it seems like Venom Crest is going to take the lead in terms of odds. Following up, the two last games are going to be Kaz versus Nurans, which favors Kaz. And then at the bottom is going to be Zero Precision Gaming. Odds are a little bit even on that one, and that is lovely to see. And this is a good table to begin with. I think this league is quite interesting. It's quite interesting. It's balanced. We have a lot of known. This is a fight to go on to the northern, to the Division 1 and fight for that one as we hit the Summoner's Rift. But we have a small pause. What is an official game without a pause, guys? You know. And then we can talk with you back. I would love to reply. I think I can. I would love to, but I don't think I can as much as I would love to. No, I just don't understand what I'm saying. Stream is laggy. I've noticed that. I thought it was my internet, but it doesn't seem to be that case. So I don't know what is happening, but obviously production take care of that one. We have access to keystones. One is coming in with the Grasp of the Undying, which is the normal one. Conqueror for Ploxy as a Viego, easy peasy. Then Royal Cannon is going to come in with the Eddie. So he's going to try and poke through the beginning of the game to make sure that she doesn't have that advantage at the cannon wave. She brought in Teleport, not Exhaust, or even Ignite Tristana. Her kill pressure falls a little bit because there's a way for Nico to dodge the all-in from the rocket jump and then the explosive charge if you only use the shape splitter, which is the W from Nico. If you see her jumping on you, you can dodge that one, or she applies the explosive charge, because as soon as the explosive charge is on top of your head, well, there's not much to be done because she will always know who's the real Nico. But that's a way to dodge if you don't have the Ignite and get that vision. On the bot side, Tidebringer comes in with Lethal Tempo and can sing with the Aftershock to bring that Lissandra a little bit more tanky. The other side, though, Keystone for Crit, which is the top laner, is going to be playing Set. I'm going to try and call him Kritibu, which is the top laner, but I know you guys will know him by Crit. He's going to be playing Conqueror on the Set, Electrocute on the Liz, which is the normal one, Fleet Footwork for Shaula. Shaolin, yes. Is this the name that it wants to be? I think it's going to be, yeah, Shaolin. Yeah, I was confused. Like, why is that nickname Shaolin when it's Shaolin? But okay. So Tristana comes in with the fleet footwork to sustain herself through what is going to be the poke from Nico with the Aeri. Hail of Blades for Varus to instantly get the proc on the W. And then Blaze is coming in. Have the bird's eye view, even though it's a little bit laggy for me in game. I don't know if you're watching it. It is frozen for you as well, right? Yes, sir. Just to make sure that I was not the one at fault. It's a spectated bug. Don't worry, guys. We'll jump. Okay, there we go. Now we're moving in. This is lovely. Welcome to the Summer's Rift. We are ready to begin this one. It's going to be a best out of 3. So sit down, enjoy this one. I hope you guys have some cool drinks or beverages just to stay with us in order to just watch what is going to be a beautiful afternoon of League of Legends. Let me just get some music for myself. Sorry, I can't share the music with you all. You're going to be watching and listening to the Summoner's Rift music. What are you expecting out of this game, though, back at home? I want to understand. This is the best of 3. What are you aiming at? Do you believe it's going to be a 2-0 in favor of DMG or in favor of Wilderness? Or are you going to believe this is going to be it's going to turn into 3 games? It's going to be a close one. I want to know your odds, because when I looked into the odds, Kassim putting himself out there, and Flander with the Hell of Blaze is going to take use of that one. The Ignite is burning, and the Frost Queen is going down. She's melting. It seems Sidebringer is going to follow that one as well. Cleanse is not going to be saving you. So out of a sudden, Shaolin comes in with a double kill with that Tristana at level 1. That is dangerous if you're part of DMG. Chaos. That is chaos. Red alert. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one. Thankfully for DMG, it looks like Tristana doesn't want to go back to use that amount of gold that she has. By the way, she already has a bounty on her head. That could be like 2 long swords out of a sudden. 2 long swords to begin the game and having Doran's Blade. My goodness, that would be a tremendous amount of power. But maybe with 850 gold, which is where she's sitting right now, Shaolin may be thinking about, if I farm 2 waves, and if I go back on the cannon wave, if I push the cannon wave with my Tristana, which I know I'm capable of, I might be able to come back with a BF sword. So my start is not going to be as big as I could with that double kill, but I can come in with the BF sword in like 5 minutes in. That is a tremendous amount of power for Tristana. So all in due time, the MG still have an opportunity to come back from this one, even though it looks a little bit slim. On the top side, Seth is showing his proudness, showing his fists, and pushing on against his own tower. That is going to allow Elise to do as she wants. And obviously, Elise wants to gank. Elise is aware that the bot side doesn't have any flash available, only the Ignite coming in from Kassim. Tidebringer can't be the target of the Cocoon due to the fact that he still has the cleanse available. But still, oh, Shaolin, he's playing with life. He still has his flash available, but so does Royal Cannon. A good root should be enough to kill him. So with 2 kills and 14 minions, what do you do to begin this game? He goes back, boots of attack speed, instantly bought. And he's going to be forced to use the TP because Royal Cannon has advantage on the lane. So in order to not miss any minion whatsoever, all goes in, the root is in, and the explosive charge goes on the real one. Royal Cannon is burning! Shaolin deals so much damage with those boots. It doesn't matter. There's the Viego on the top side. And meanwhile, it's going to be the dive on the bot side. Tidebringer went back into the base. Kassim with the aftershock trying to burn enough time, but he burns to the Elise. And all of a sudden, the Wilderness are taking control of this map. They are the wild ones. A 3-0 with a plate on the bot side as well. Oh, he finds a real one yet again. Viego comes in, gets the flash, gets the stun. Royal Cannon survives. Comes back with a kill. Royal Cannon is alive. It's going to be Bloxy for the save. 1-3, tying it up a little bit, even though there's a 700 gold advantage in favor of the Wilderness. But it seems they're not letting their hands down. They know this is a best of three. And beginning with the double kill, it's not enough. Look into Nico. Look into Nico, by the way. 38 minions versus 14. That's a tremendous advantage. I don't know if production is aware, but we're lagging a little bit on the stream. Maybe we can roll down the upload for the VMix and kick it off for the stream. I don't know. Just trying to help. Just trying to help you all back at home. But Royal Cannon is trying to juke that Tristana, but he's just not capable of doing such. It is... Shaolin is playing this so well. He's playing this so well. He's waiting for the W of the Nico to fall in, waiting for the one that is getting attention in terms of movement, and instantly proccing it. Talking about proccing, that's the piercing arrow proccing in on the body of the Tidebringer. And meanwhile, he's sitting at 27 minions versus 43 assists for Plunder. I don't even believe that the problem is the mid lane that Tristana with a double kill in the first blood. I believe the problem is the bot side. Top side, it's control. If Seth doesn't win early game, oh, flashes in, but the rocket jump. Oh, he triggers the rocket jump as the knockup is coming in, which allows you to bypass it because you put it on Q, and that's more than enough. Or it's going to be punched in the face, but it seems like with that bone plating, it's not enough. Meanwhile, the bot side is going to be the Notion Drake going in instantly. So no pressure on the top side. Forgotten as usual. I'm a top laner, so I know about that curse. But this is a lot. Bloxy comes in into the mid lane. The rocket jump has been used, and the rocket jump falls into the stun instantly. And Shaolin is forced to go back. No TP. He's going to miss a lot of farm. But again, the problem is not on the not on the mid. It's on the bot side. And aware of that, Elise goes in. Can save again, and Plunder comes in with a kill. I don't know what sound it is. I need to... I think I need to mute this. Yeah, there you go. Time bringing in Bloxy, trying to survive. It's a 3v2. Goes down to a 3v1 instantly. If Diego is able to get a kill, maybe he can transform himself, even though he doesn't have an ultimate. That's exactly what he's looking for. Oh, Elise is not the one tanking the shots. Diagro is juggled, and it's perfect as it is. The Wilderness keeps dominating this game as a 6-1 with the Ocean Drake on top, the Shetty on top of that one. Plates falling down. Tristan is going to get this juicy solo plate as well. How can you come back from this one? It is the question provided for DMG as I'm going to take a sip of water. Since I'm flying solo, sometimes I'm, I'm gonna be taking a sip of water. Okay, guys? Sometimes I need it, sometimes I need it. So we AFK a little bit just to take a sip and then we go back. Is it still really laggy for you guys back at home? Do let me know. I'll do my best to tell Doc. I know he's aware of that. It's just about putting more pressure on him, you know? He hasn't talked with me in like 10 minutes. So that means he's sweating, he's nervous. So yeah. Are you okay, doctor? Yeah, I'm not aware if he's even alive anymore. Maybe the lag is his I'm just putting pressure on you, my man. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, the dragon was taken over by the Wilderness, but it doesn't matter because it seems like the Elder goes in for DMG. And all of a sudden, you know you can unlock 3 plates if you're fast enough, if you have the advantage on any lane whatsoever. But also keep in mind the Elise may fall down later on in the game if there's no one, or if they're not able to follow through with this advantage. But she's not stopping. Pride flashes out. The piercing arrow connects Plunder with the snipe. Oh my goodness, my Timo. That was beautiful. Oh, crit? He was fancying it, but he's not aware of where Viego is. And due to the fact that they showed Elise on the bot side, they know they can just dive him if they want. Explosive charge on the real one. Gets the root, but there's no follow-up with the Q. This is problematic. Meanwhile, the Herald could be used on the top side to give advantage to the AD carry, to the Tidebringer, and Kasing as well. 3 plates are down, so this means the Herald can get the true shot. Ploxy is helping. First turret could go in favor of DMG. But the plates are so heavy right now, so tanky. Talking about tanking, I don't think the Spider can do it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He's still alive. Blazion. Blaze is so good with Rakan. Makes it a 1-for-1, even though the overextension was there. It is a 1-for-1, 2-for-8. But the turret falls in favor of Tidebringer. So let me take a peek at what sort of gold we have available. There's still almost 1,000 gold difference in AD carries. That is a madness. And even though this is just going to solidify what I was talking about earlier. We were talking about the fact that even with a double first blood, I don't think the problem was within Tristana, because the Royal Cannon was such a good player, stopping that bleeding, just putting a band-aid on that bleeding with his gameplay on the mid lane, forcing him to go back, punishing the greed as well. But on the bot side, that's the big advantage. The Miz, the Cannon already got himself equal and advantage versus the enemy mid laner. So Shaolin has fallen, even though he got 2 kills to begin with. The top side is pretty much it for it. It doesn't matter. Ornn is going to be tanky late game. I feel there's a little bit more pressure on Set to activate himself than even on the other side. Good engage, but instantly repelled. That's a good one from Elise. So they go for the mid laner. Shaolin goes down. But it's going to be a trade from 1-for-1. And there you go. Ornn gets the knock up, but isn't enough because Seth joins the fray. And Tidebringer is way too low. I don't think they can fight for this dragon anymore. They have to fall back. DMG has no DMG to follow this one through. Nico flashes away from Rakan. He gets the root. And all of a sudden, Crit is so low. Oh, Kasich goes in. Gets the frost on the below them. And Elise is still alive somehow. What started as something so bad for DMG turns into something so productive for them, and they're capable of getting themselves the first dragon for them. 4-9 gold difference just nullified. We have a game. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. This is beautiful. We talked about the odds, but I don't think that's it. I really don't think that's it, everyone. The odds don't matter when both teams are giving all they have in... Oh, Tidebringer, I'm so sorry. This is not even fair. This is not even fair. This is just gonna happen. Just accept it. Just know your screen is going to turn gray. It's part of life. Yomus goes Blade for Plunder. Ooh. Ooh. I was not expecting that one. Rocket Belt finished for Nico as well, so we already... The other team members are looking for more steady damage. Kraken Slayer for Viego, which is the usual. Kai'Sa as well. Elise wasn't able to finish her own the Knight, the Mythic the Knight, because she wants that penetration early game. She brought in the ring as well. It seems like he was aware the game was going so well that might as well risk it for the biscuits. I don't think that ring is going to be that favorable at the end of the day. Just make sure I have everything I should. There you go, Porcupine, because Kato Win Luck, which is the name of Elise, is in fact Porcupine. I was confused about that one. Oh, Ploxy is confused about the tremendous amount of damage Elise is dealing. The repel is perfect, and even though Royal Cannon is there, Rocket Belt away, but the explosive charge is on top of you, and there's the charm, there's the knock up, there's the double kill, and the 4 goes to 12. It's 3,000 gold advantage in favor of the Wilderness for this first game of the best of 3 of the league. Second day of the league, by the way. We still have a few games. DMG fighting to stay on top of the table. But it seems the Wilderness has something to say about that one. They also won their first game of the league. Night Harvester completed for the Elise. Meanwhile, is set in danger right now. Tidebringer is not going to let this one go. Kree buying time, but now gets knocked up. He wants to face Tidebringer, but he's not capable of doing so. Gets some chip damage, but the kill still goes in. Oh, Elise He's looking for the prowl, looking for the kill. Cocoon goes wide, but the repel is there, and you have no means of survival. And now turn it around. Porcupine, run away. Here comes the adult to try and protect him. The flash is available. Rakan goes in to help him, and all of a sudden is the one in jeopardy. And the shutdown is clean. Even though Varus wants to chip in, I think he's in jeopardy. Ploxy goes down. Too greedy for his own taste. And Shaolin takes him down for the 6th kill of his own game. And even though the early game for Tristana was not that good to begin with, even though he had access to the first blood and the second kill, he's now mixing it up. That Kraken Slayer with the fleet as well, and these rotations allowing him to get kills and more kills are putting him in the advantage on the driver's seat, because he was behind that Nico, and all of a sudden he's ahead by 800 gold. And they might be able to get this second Herald, which is not as valuable as the first one, but it seems like DMG wants to fight for this one. They don't want to let just slip away from their own hands. They want to put this one in their bag. They got the first one. They're looking for the second as well. Dragon is going to respawn. It is going to be a cloud, by the way. It's going to be a cloud. I don't remember which button it was to activate, like to know when the dragon timer is, but I know production will let me know. What was the button to see when the dragon is going to spawn? And let's check. There you go. Thank you so much. It's going to be the Cloud Drake, the soul of this game. More movement speed. Talking about movement speed, you're going nowhere. That's a beautiful lock-in. Teleport after teleport, which means Tristana goes in but gets frozen on the floor. It means that he's not going to be able to kill the Kai'Sa, but it doesn't matter. He's like, you don't want to let me kill the Kai'Sa, I'll go for the other team members. I don't care. You may run, but you can't hide. I'll jump away. Royal Cannon is so low, and it falls down to a triple kill. Kai'Sa still takes down the set, but that's all she wrote. As all of a sudden it's a 4-4-2. Oh my goodness. And that is a tremendous advantage, which now skyrockets into almost 5,000 gold lead in favor of the Wilderness on this first game. And even though that lead is building and building up, all of a sudden Set hasn't finished his own mythic. Oh, we have the play code as well. Oh, look at Shaolin. By the way, huge props to production for this spectator. I'm just saying. 9,000 gold for Tristana, 7,000 for Elise, and only then do you see a glimpse of hope on the Royal Cannon playing as the Nico. He has been able to provide tremendous initiations, but the problem is, how can you follow it up if your team is falling behind? Kai'Sa needs to follow with the mythic. She needs that extra damage. Kraken Slayer is not enough. I'm just gonna take a peek. Kraken Slayer was able to deal plus 222 damage. On Viego, I don't think that's correct, because I think he has attacked with the Kraken Slayer, but that's 0 damage. But you know how Viego works with his own passive, so I think he has a little bit more. Tristana popping it off with 600 plus damage and finishing that Navori Quick Blade. Do let me know, production. What was that? Let me take a peek. Oh. I feel that's illegal. That was a good comeback from DMG. Oh, goes up, goes down. Gets a knockup, but it doesn't matter. Look at Elise. Elise is just chasing, bro. Kevin's already dead. And meanwhile, you want to help, but you're falling into the prey of the hunter himself. You thought you were helping. You were being chased. You were running into the mouth of the wolf. The Wilderness howls, and they bite what they want. Well, there's only one rule in the jungle, and you know when the lion wants to eat, he eats. 8 to 21 and 18 minutes in. Panic intensifies in the rifts, as everybody on the Wilderness is taking advantage. There's not a single sliver of hope in favor of DMG. How can you survive this? The question that will be answered if DMG are capable of pulling this one through. 619 on Eliz, 10-3 on Tristana, 319 on Varos, and now he's capable of going back, and I believe he has enough gold to buy his Manamune. Just surprise me. Surprise me, Varus. There you go. 243 stacks. It's going to be so much damage as soon as he's able to stack it. Last Whisper already bought for the Tristana, which means even Ornn is just a snack. And if you can look into Ornn and say, what a good snack, you know the game is not going your way. Stride Breaker for that set. Meanwhile, the Herald is used on the bottom side. Why? Well, due to the fact that they had to use it. The tower was going down. And it doesn't even go to the bot side. The smart comes in. Doesn't even need it. Doesn't even need it. The Zonias is completed for the Elise. 20 minutes in. Are they going to do it? Are they going to pull this off? The danger is real. We have a Tristana with the 45th place, which means the fire is always going to be activated. The Q. Varus deals a lot of damage. Percentage-wise, even though there's a cap on the monsters, it's still a tremendous amount of damage. The Spiderlings as well. So there's an actual danger of killing that Baron. Oh, Proxy goes in. Insta-death. Seth gets the show rolling. Timebringer dies out of a sudden, and Kissinger arrives way too late as Royal Cannon gets punched in the mouth. And now, only one dies. It is the jungler though. But on the other side, the jungler is also dead, so it's an advantage of 4-2-2. Which means this Baron is not even able to be contested by DMG. They have to let this one fall. They have to let this one slide. They have to let the advantage of the wilderness grow bigger and bigger and bigger. The Baron Nashor has been destroyed, and they were not even able to reach the mid lane to proc demolish. Nothing is going their way. Pride needs to go away. Blaze wants to stay on his face. Gets a knock up. Still goes through the wall. We're talking about going through the wall. It seems Tristana is capable of doing the same. The teleport comes in on the bot side. It's going to be the Royal Cannon, but they're going to deliver Pride. Oh, this is a delivery. Express delivery. Kassim, where are you going? Chooses himself. Buys enough time. Time that he doesn't have, so he's forced to flash away. Take a picture of that one because it's not going as good as you believe it is. Goes in with the repel, goes down with the Zonias, but Bloxy is the one that goes down, which allows the reset to come in. Blaze still wants to follow this through as the Ornn is going to blow the horn, but with no avail. 9-25. You can see on those fights that there's still some damage. There's still some capability because they have the combo. Insta flash from Plunder. They bait in the TVP. But it's not even a bait, because meanwhile Tristana is pushing him in lane, and they can lock them in on the bot side. Royal Cannon goes so low. They have to walk back. Their turrets are falling. No one is able to provide any help on these structures. The map is completely blind for DMG. Spectator, if you press F1, look at the vision. There's no vision. They have no vision whatsoever. Soul point in favor of Wilderness, as the cloud is going to fall with only one member doing so. It was the Elise that brought in all that advantage at the beginning of the game, roaming into the bot side, instantly identifying the winning condition of there's no flash on the bot side. Well, thank you for that one, sir. I'm gonna take it down. Taking down the potential of Kai'Sa and Lissandra. And even though you were able to build the even shrouds, Kissing, it doesn't seem like it's going to bring any fruits. As the game seems to be hitting at hallmark. The Wilderness are looking to get the first one out of this best of 3. Now I'm building it up because if there's a comeback, it's going to be beautiful. But if not, well, they built the early game. They were capable of transitioning into the mid game, even though Shaolin was falling a little bit behind due to the gameplay from Royal Cannon. Doesn't matter. They were able to follow through. The Baron buff is still activated, so that's why they're going to use this one, even though it's a little bit too late. It's almost over. They are still able to open the doors of the base. It's going to be the mid lane suffering that punishment, as no outer turrets are alive and the mid turret has been destroyed on the Unlimited. Super minions are coming in after now. There you go. First spawn from the super minions. That ward is now revealing your base. Not only the mid lane is open, but also the bot lane. No turret to defend this inhibitor, so we're going to take it down, even though we don't have that Venom buff. Initiation by Ornn. Get a knock up on two of them, but can you follow through? Because as soon as you want to, you're not allowed to move. Varus is going to kill you instantly. Kasing follows through. That's a 4-man knock up. Is there any follow through? The Royal Cannon is burning. Bloxy gets the soul, and all of a sudden, Shaolin is forced to run away. Can you get the stun? Can you get the kill? Can you get the reset? All of a sudden, Royal Cannon makes it worth it. Only 2 members survive. Inhibitor goes down, but that was such a beautiful play from the Royal Cannon. I'm telling you, Nico is so good right now. The Pop Blossom makes this. DMG are able to breathe now. Obviously, you're breathing through like a straw, but you're still able to breathe. What a beautiful play. Oh my. Mejai's bots by the Royal Cannon. And I gotta say, I love this. I'm gonna explain it in a second as soon as I'm done with this water. Why do I love Mejai's? Well, I do that from time to time when I'm playing solo queue, and I look into the game and I say, it's doomed. It's doomed. So, if we pop off on the fight, this Mejai is gonna rock. It's a cheap item. It gives you the mythic bonus as well, which means it's going to get more penetration due to the rocket belt. Oh, but they are aware. Blaze is aware of 2 members. He's not able to knock up either of them. Teleport comes in. Kasing trying to buy enough time. I don't think that's going to be worth it. Kasing is still alive somehow, and here comes the Pop Blossom. And all of a sudden, right, you have to make this one do. You have to protect your back line, but you're so far away from Tidebringer. You're so far away from the Royal Cannon. And all of a sudden, Bloxy goes in, gets the Rakan, but he's not able to possess his soul. And now it's time for Shaolin to shine. As everybody goes down, only the tank survives, and the triple kill finishes it up. As it seems that they want to finish this one, the teleport comes in for the mid lane. The super minions is already helping the punch from Seth. And it seems out of a sudden the 15 to 34 is more than enough to finish this one with plus 10k advantage for the Wilderness. The first game from this best of 3 falls down to the Wilderness. The city is on. The Wilderness wants to take that first place for themselves in the league, but DMG still have something to say on this best of 3. We kick it back to me to talk a little bit even more. So tell me, everyone at home, were you expecting this? I saw the lock-in potential coming in from DMG, and I thought, well, they have it in the bag. That double kill was more than enough, and now I'm going to let you know something. Elise... No. I'm going to say it in a different way. Varus finishes the game with 19,000 damage. 19. Tristana, obviously, ahead with 23,000. And if you believe that's the first place, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. Elise out-damaged Tristana. The amount of work Porcupine was capable of providing in this game is unreal. That Elise, the game knowledge of him just saying, okay, I need to go bot side. There's no flash available for the AD carry and Kasing as well. We can prepare a dive on a cannon wave. It's more than enough. They're going to be focusing on the mid lane because they know that a Shaolin had the double kill with the first blood as well. So they're going to be covering the mid lane because they can't allow Royal Cannon to be that low. That allowed them to go for the bot side. They never played for the top side because they were aware that, well, Seth can survive this one. So that's more than enough. That was a beautiful game coming in from the Wilderness. I do have to say props to... oh, they can see the damage? Wait, is that the damage? I think that's only the gold, no? Oh, there you go. Oh, that's beautiful production. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, the gold lead, though. Oh my, when we talk about scaling and climbing your mountain, there's a mountain. It seems like the red is the sunset and in the faded out part is the mountain. That was a big mountain to climb. But the cool thing is you see those glimpses of hope, like those little dents on the gold lead. It's never like instantly. It's always after big fights. So DMG, even though they started off on the wrong foot, they were also capable of trying to bring it back. There was a moment where they were capable of turning it around. But Elise was so good at this game. She was so good at this game. Porcupine was a monster. Royal Cannon, we got to give him props. He did so much. I believe the entire team of DMG has so much. That early game can happen yet again. As we look into today's schedule, yet again. Oh, there I am. That's today's schedule for for today. We had one game. It's a best of three. We're still waiting for the teams to go back into lobby, but obviously they have like 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, to chill down, talk a little bit about what happened, and understand what they can do on the next game. Because for DMG, they want to switch it around. They don't want to be caught, especially when you know the Vados has a hell of blades. That's just putting yourself in danger. Tristana with the Rocket Champ instantly. I believe he brought in the Rocket Champ first level. He didn't even care about explosive charge. He just wanted the Rocket Champ. That was a beautiful game from the Wilderness. Well, this is the first game. I don't know, production. Do we go for a small break before we jump into second game? Yes, we can do a small break. So we'll come back right after this small break for the second game of this best of three on the second match day of the Good Game Liga League of Legends Houston 2023. I'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you. See ya.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Welcome back to the second game of what could possibly be the end of today's games, as the best of three is now in advantage of the Wilderness, as they take the first game down with a big lead with the Elise, Tristana, and the Valus popping off, Set still being useful, and obviously the Rakan going in and spreading his charm through everyone in the Rift as usual. On the other side though, DMG still have a chance to fight it off and bring it back home. For the DMG, we're looking into two teams that are still fighting for their top spot of the leaderboards on the Good Game League of Legends System 2023. I know I'm saying the last name incorrectly. I know my Norwegian is bad. It's terrible. I do believe everybody is ready to go back in, so you know this is going to happen. We're going to the champion select. We're looking at what happens in the bands. And then we wait a few minutes before we jump into the Summoner's Rift. When we do jump into the Summoner's Rift, obviously there's going to be a quick pause between the players to do whatever they're going to do, and then we can enjoy this match for like 40 minutes. We're just looking into, they're putting themselves in position. That was the only they're putting themselves in position, as it seems. Yeah, I was confused. I was confused due to the fact that I believe we're going to be switching sides. I want to understand where DMG is going to be playing and where is it that the Wilderness is going to be playing. We also have to give kudos not only to the entire team but to the production and also the analysts and coaches. We have Tom Kick as the coach for DMG. I know we all expected a little bit more. But no, I'm kidding. I love Tom Kick. I love Tom Kick. It was one of the best things to happen into NLC when we got in and when he went to Berlin and he stayed with us for the few days to participate at the NLC 2022. It was lovely. It was lovely to have Tom Kick there, and he had no experience whatsoever in the camera, but he still kicked it off. He popped off. He was so good at what he did. He's just a natural. He's a natural in front of the camera. You know that. If he sees this, he's not going to be shutting up. So I'm just going to say he's terrible. But yeah. Yeah, it seems like everybody is now ready to go back in, and they're going to keep the same sides. Yeah, it does seem like they're going to be staying at the same side. So blue team is going to be DMG, and the Wilderness is going to be jumping for the red side yet again. Huh. Interesting. Because it seems like it seems like there's always that big debate between a blue and red side, and on the blue side you get the first pick and then you get the last two. But you always get countered by something, but you get priority in terms of picks. But then on the red side, you got the double pick and you can close down the draft. And that to me is extremely important. Getting the possibility to close down the draft is so important for any team, because you can always get a counter on a single lane. Regardless of what it is, you can get a counter. Either be mid or something like that. On the previous pick and ban, it didn't seem to look that way due to the fact that we had an early Tristana, an early Rakan. We also had an early Lissandra. Was it the third pick or even the first? I can't quite recall. But it doesn't seem like that Lissandra popped off. Casting was always playing at disadvantage due to the fact that he died early game for the first blood of Tristana, and then the Kaisa also died and he was playing without a flash and allowed Elise to do Elise things, the dive on the bot, setting it up, using the repel to make sure that she wouldn't be tanking it anymore. So it was a beautiful game. For those who were not capable of watching the previous game of DMG versus the Wilderness, I advise you to go back and watch it, because the Wilderness played a beautiful game. DMG were capable of fighting back, even though there was a big advantage on the enemy team. It was really, really interesting to see how both teams came out. We're looking into the top of the leaderboard, obviously, so that's why these games are so fair. And also to pinpoint the fact that the odds were in fact in favor of DMG and not of the Wilderness. I do believe we have it. There you go. Production value. Look at this. Lazy and Life versus Volda Esports. 20% for Volda, 80% for Lazy and Life. It's coming out at the same time. Oh no, it's going to be after this one. Okay. Okay, it's going to be played after this one. Wilderness versus the MG. Look at this. 36 versus 64. That's still a big difference. That's still a big difference. We're still in the first game. Calm down, calm down, everyone. But it's still a big difference. Venom Crest versus Bitfix Gaming is 74 for Venom. We know that team. It's a powerful one. Bitfix Gaming supposedly are going to be in jeopardy, but we don't know what's going to happen. In Cats versus the Dudans, well, it's showing off that the odds, at least in that game, are coming out as expected, the 70-30. Chaos wins the first one. Zero Precision Gaming versus 22 Gaming is even after the game between Volda Esports and Lazy and Life. So that's another one that we need to keep track of. So for everyone, I'm ready to go in. I'm ready to go in as soon as possible. So for those of you to follow this league, be aware of that. And I do believe the MG are trying their best to make this sort of content for everyone, to make sure that everyone can be involved in the league and to build the league itself. The Northern Legion, the Northern region is a big one. Let's be honest. It is the best one. I'm Portuguese. I should be saying El Pelol, the Portuguese. Nah. The Northern region is by far the best one. We have a lot of powerhouses. We have such good casters as well, such good talent, and even production value. So we need to hype this community. We need to hype this community. There needs to be more for you all back at home. So thank you so much for watching. We admire you for being here, and we love you as well. You're always welcome in any broadcast whatsoever, but especially in the northern ones. Lilia is going to be the first ban, which jumping into the champion select. So it's going to be Lilia being removed from the table. Following it up, Will the Wilderness. They're going for the Cassiopeia yet again. Lee Sin. It seems like the bands are not switching up instead of the Tristana. Tristana is going to be the last pick. There you go, Pride. Hovering the Pantheon. I love you, my man. It's a good pick, though. It is a good pick. I'm just letting you all know Pantheon is a good pick. If you look into the Korean server, Spear Shot is demolishing everyone there. If you know how to play Pantheon, he's a really good pick. He is a really, really good pick. It's going to be the Jace, though. The first pick leaves you quite open. You guys are not aware, but my production was just extremely happy that the overlay works. That's all I have to say. It was like, the overlay works. It works, everyone. He was so happy and proud. Oh, I thought we would see the doggo. That would have been my first time casting in the Fadi. Doesn't matter. We get the Rakan yet again. It's a powerful pick. It's a beautiful pick. We know what happened in the previous game. Whoa. Yet again. Teasing us. Teasing us with a Nafari. Nafiri. It's Nafiri. Yes. You won't be able to pick that one. I don't think it's competitive ready, not in terms of buffs or nerfs or whatever, just in terms of gameplay style. You still need to adapt that one. You know what I would love to see? A composition with Nafiri in the jungle, Yorick in the top, and Malzahar in the mid lane, and a Zyda support. Probably an Immerdinger as well as an AD carry, just to make sure things are... Bloxy! Don't go quiet into that night. But it's a Maokai. But I love these overs. I love them. I love them, man. And can you imagine Nafiri, Heimerdinger, Malzahar, Zyda, and Yorick? How do you fight an army? I mean, you bring Pantheon, obviously. But how do you fight an army, though? That would be such an interesting game composition. Oh, Kasing. That was a... I don't even know who he is. That was random, but hey, I don't know, but hello. I don't know. I just don't know. Ooh. Oh, don't do that. Don't. This is even more scary, but okay. So Nocturne is going to be the third pick for the red side, which means we're going to jump into the second phase of the pick and ban. Lissandra didn't quite work on the previous game, but there's more information about that. It just doesn't mean that the pick wasn't good. It just means that there was not a good setup for that pick. And now with the Maokai, with the Lissandra and the Jace, I'm questioning that pick. But the lockdown is still a capability. It's still a possibility. And Nocturne goes into the RD carry. You proc the Q, which means he's going to lose his W. And instantly you frozen tomb him, which means he's not capable of following the fear. There are so many ways to protect your AD carry as a Lissandra, especially if you're facing a Rakan. There are other champions that can fight off Rakan with no issue whatsoever. But it seems like this is going to be the pick, at least for Kesink. Even though, yet again, you can bring that Lissandra into the other parts of the map if you do feel like so. Renekton and Shen are going to be the last bands coming in for the Wilderness. Varus, due to what happened in the previous game, is a good one. And they remove Ashe. Okay. But that's the thing. There are so many AD carries that can follow that Rakan. Okay. Oh, the player. I mean, I know him. If you want him, I know the player. I was like, I don't know who's this caster because I know the player, but I don't know the caster. But if he wants to join in, I don't know. You do let me know. Xante. Ah, that is. How do I put this? Xante is a champion, which is complicated to deal with 100% of the time. Jace is interesting, yes, you can disengage and all that, but there will reach a point where you look into your team and you say, we don't have enough frontline. Maokai is not able to bring that first strike. Maokai can't bring that first strike. It has to be a Maokai aftershock. What else? How are you playing? I know you want to poke. There you go. Ornn is going to follow it through. But Xante versus Ornn. I know Ornn is Ornn, but Xante is Xante. I don't know who's more powerful. I mean, Xante was released in 2023, so that kind of gives you an idea of who's stronger. Now, if you want to bring more damage, bring in the Kai'Sa. And with this, Xante Nocturne, I can see a way to bring the Kai'Sa on hit that allows you to upgrade the W as well as a poke and kind of counter that Jace Ezreal composition. It's going to be the Royal Cannon playing in with the Jace. As the Ornn goes top side, we have a lot of AD focused champions on the side of DMG. Maokai as the tank, Ornn as the tank damage bruiser. Lissandra, if she goes full support, there's not a lot of magic damage. This is... I'm trying to look into this objectively, but it doesn't seem like this is going to be a good one for DMG. So it falls on their hands as we jump into the Summoner's Rift in 3 minutes. There you go. We have 3 minutes before we jump into the game. We have that spectator delay. So after this draft, I want to ask you back at home, what do you feel is going to happen? Domino for fun draft. It seems like a different draft, right? It seems like it.
Hello,
but you have ways to keep distance. You have ways to play from front to back. You have ways of poking. But if you fall behind early, I'm analyzing as much as I can. Scatter the Weak coming in for Syndra could be troublesome as well. As the Wilderness have a really good team. They have a good, really, really good team. So this is going to be a hard game yet again for Domino. So it falls on them. If they want to fight for that first place in the league, they have to be willing to go into the third game. They have to push it to the third game. Lissandra didn't quite work on the previous game. I really enjoy Kesing when he's playing something like the Leona with the Braum, even Thresh, even though that's not a signature move for Kasing. I love those initiators and followers that can protect your AD carry. I just love the way Kasing plays when he's capable of going aggressive. I know you can do it with Lissandra, but it's not the
Hi.
same. You know, you're not as tanky as a Leona, as an Alistar, for instance. I really love those hard engage. Even Rel. I remember. Oh wait, is on VMix?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Okay, let me unmute site. Banderas, you there?
Hello, hello. Hey.
Banderas, how you
Long...
doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. Long time. Glad to
Long,
see you
long
here,
time,
man.
Banderas. Glad to see
Okay,
you
I
too,
mean,
man. Well, I'm not
we're...
seeing you, but
yeah, I can't see me, but I mean, we don't have that set up, but maybe for next game. But
I hope so.
hope so, hope so. We got some interesting drafts here. Do you want to talk a bit about them?
Yeah, I was looking into this. I was like, this
Yeah, I mean,
Chase Lissandra. Talk to
yeah, I
me.
mean,
Give me your
yeah,
expert.
yeah. So I mean, here it's like they picked Ornn into K'Sante, which is K'Sante favored. So he kind of counterpicked himself. It's a little bit because of the champion pool of the player, I'm pretty sure, but also like they wanna balance out the team. If you see right MT comp, they have really strong champions, but they don't really have hard engage. They need someone to go in before them. Like Rakan is a champion that likes to follow up, and same with Nocturne, Syndra as well, and Kai'Sa as well. Like they lack this initial engage, right? So in on paper, it looks like they have stronger champions, and they do in laning phase, but they don't really have proper engage. So if DMG plays properly, right, they will be able to poke with Jace and Ezreal, and they can just kite back, and Wilderness will struggle to make something happen. So it's just a battle of whether DMG can hold back Wilderness in laning phase, or if Wilderness will get big enough of a lead to where it doesn't really matter, you know?
So they
I
have to
mean,
play
mhm,
slowly at the beginning, not like they did in the previous game.
exactly. DMG needs to minimize all losses, because the problem is if the game is even for Wilderness, if Rakan or Nocturne goes in first, they will just get one shot. Like they have Lissandra ult to negate it. Lissandra is like the best disengage versus Rakan, so they don't really have proper engage there. So they will just get poked up over team fights, and then they will desperately engage, and it will go from there. So it's up to Wilderness to do something early game.
What about this Jace in the mid lane versus a Syndra?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one?
So it's generally not that easy for Jace. Like he has to dodge a lot, especially when she goes airy, like aggressive runes. But at the same time, Syndra is better paired with a ganking jungler. What Syndra will do, and maybe Nocturne as well, we look to burn Jace flash before Nocturne hits level 6, and then we try to play through mid lane, right? Because top wins 1v1. You don't really want to play towards an Ornn as if you're Nocturne. So you kind of just want to burn Jay's flash and make it hard for him to play the game. Because the truth is, you have Maokai, Lissandra, and Ornn, right? If either Jace or Ezreal is really behind, you're going to lack damage. So Wilderness should be looking to punish Jace mid, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Even though in the previous game they were looking more into the bot side, and we know what Porcupine is capable of doing. He played that
Yes,
Elise
sir.
so well, he piloted so well. So this Nocturne can even gank before that level 6. But if you do that, you're delaying your power to the level 6. So do you believe there's a
Exactly.
window for Jace to be alive until the level 6 of Nocturne, and that should be enough for him to survive? Or do you feel the
Yeah.
Nocturne is forced to go mid lane and force that flash away, but delays his
Yeah.
utility?
I'd say if Rakan gets a move or anything and is able to go mid and burn the flash before level 6, then Wilderness is happy, even if Nocturne is a little bit behind. But at the end of the day, it's like Nocturne kind of just wants the full clear until he's level 6. And it's up to... Like, if Kanin comes out of laning phase, like after level 6, and Nocturne is level 6, and he still has his flash, then I'd say DMG is doing quite well on the map, and they can just play standard, you know? We'll see.
It is a best of 3, everyone, so it means the MG are forced to win this one. The first one went in favor of the Wilderness. It was not even close. There were some glimmers of hope, is still not close enough. So they have to do it, everyone, if they want to keep fighting for that first undefeated place versus the Wilderness. 1 minute in, no one overextending like that. Well, I say that then.
Oh, Maokai fake warding, as you can see. He's anticipating that they will go and sweep it. And they get a counter ward as well.
Yeah. So they both know where the enemy jungler is going to start. Obviously, Nocturne is going for those Raptors, and Ploxy is going for that blue buff. And then when we look into the keystones, I find it interesting that Ploxy came in with the phase rush on Maokai. You have the Ornn, yes. Kasing is going to be tanky-ish, but phase rush is more to glue yourself into the enemy, or do you believe Aftershock would be an interesting one?
I think phase rush is not bad, especially when they don't have, like, as I said, like too much engage. Like, they have some engage, you proc phase rush, you're full tank and you can get out, right? I think that's the game plan. Or even just like looking for skirmishes early. Like, Nocturne has lethal tempo, right? So if Nocturne decides to invade you ever, and in Aftershock, he can like spell shield your Q and then just run you down, you know? That's what the phase rush is for mainly. So just more of a matchup dependent key, I'm pretty sure, this game. You can see both junglers pathing bots, and generally in this matchup, K'Sante should have prio. Maybe we'll even see him proxying a bit to get a tempo advantage, but for now it looks like it's just going to be a standing game of both junglers full clearing, and we'll see if Shaolin is able to do anything mid with this poke, as you can see.
The poke keeps coming in, it seems like Jace is not enjoying this one. It is a tough one to just be alive, as you said before. It's not advantage for the Jace. It's not only advantage, it's punishing. So Nocturne seems like he's comfortable, which means he can just skyrocket into level 6 and forget about that flash in the mid lane and just get that power level. I know they want to help Planet. He was such a carry in the previous game, even though he was not the one out damaging everybody, but he was still allowing the team to follow through with his advantage. Topside, you know, it's just spaghetti fight. It's not going to happen. But Tidebringer and
hitting each other.
Exactly. It seems like the bot lane is now a little bit more in favor of Tidebringer and Kasing. I feel like the previous game was not a good reflection of what this matchup could bring due to the fact they were already behind, no flash available, arrived late into the lane.
Sandra is probably the best counter pick to Rakan right now. Out of all supports. It's just whenever Rakan tries to W in, then Cassandra can just W and disengage, right? So the matchup is really hard, especially when she gets level 6. Oh, here you can see Jace getting poked out a lot. Even with the Doran shield, he still gets poked out this much.
It seems they're aware. Kasing hides himself. Blaze is not ready for this one. He flashes. The Fractal comes through. The Ignite is burning, but the shield is enough. And all of a sudden, Ploxy just flashed in too early, it seems.
Yeah,
Blended
DMG overcommitted. Yes, DMG overcommitted. Blazing recognized that, immediately flashes towards Nocturne and gets out. Really well played by Blazing. Not the initial getting caught part, but the way he mechanically outplayed it afterwards was really clean.
All of a sudden you burn some of their spells. It is 3 of them. Oh, 4. You can't ignite as well. Exhaust was not used.
Nocturne gets
but
double
scuttle
so
now. Much.
Yeah, Nocturne gets double
scuttle. Oh, you got double scuttle? Yeah.
Double scuttles is really ahead to level 6, so Wilderness is really happy with the game state right now.
Oh, which also means Royal Cannon is just being bullied in the mid lane. You can't do anything on that one. It seems Maokai wants to fight this one. But Porcupine is already level 4. Ploxy is level 4 as well. I believe if Nocturne takes this one, he's going to be able to get level 5. I'd like to click on him just to see the experience. Even though he's invading. If he's invading, I don't think he's going to get that experience. But now he's going to be the top laner joining the fray. Pride is getting low. But look at this. Nocturne is going down all of a sudden. He's forced to flash away. Ploxy doesn't have his flash because he used it previously. And now going forward, it means Cry can take the first blood. Pride wants to burn Nocturne. He's still alive. Yet
this
again.
Is a dream scenario for Wilderness.
Yes. Kasing not letting this one slide, but it doesn't matter because on the bot side, only the flash from Blaze was used. Planet is still holding on his own. It seems Wilderness is just having fun.
Yeah. Nocturne, 3 camps ahead now, has items. Like, this is like dream scenario. Now he can just go topside and full clear down to bot again. And he will be comfortably having level 6 before Herald. And he might even do an invade to deny Maokai getting level 6 before Herald. Then they take Herald and then they play with that and they will get the lead that DMG needed to avoid them getting.
Raw Cannon was forced to get away from their mid lane, trying to help the
Clander
bot
getting
side.
Punisher in bot though. It's 2v2 dominance. They get 2 plates even, and they lose this huge wave. So if I was DMG, I would be playing through this bot side now and just trying to make skirmishes happen to get ahead.
Oh, it's even better because Kassin got away from the turret so far that the plate went solo for the Ezreal.
That's nice.
This in the bot side. It is
Red buff, oh,
advantage
level
in
6 on
favor.
Cassandra. This might be a solo kill.
That's almost impossible if you want to get out of it. Pulls him back, he's unstoppable, doesn't quite get the wall, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
It
he
goes
cancels
completely
both.
ham. Just one more Q.
Solo bolo.
That's Xante.
That's Cassandra.
I don't know if you play this matchup a lot
Oh,
of
I have
times.
a lot. I have a lot.
Yeah.
It's, that's why I
As a
was
Kasante?
Yeah,
Or
it's
the
very
other one?
Cassandra favored. It's just
Yeah.
when he picked Ornn, it was like he would counter pick himself, and if you play really well as Ornn, you can go even, but you'll never win the matchup as Ornn, you know. So it's a bit of a try and scale and just chill. But you do see in LPL that they do pick Ornn into Cassandra because they're just that good, you know. Like they know they can negate the matchup and play. But after the invade that happened, Ornn fell too much behind and now got punished, you know. Cassandra getting red buff and the
45,
XP from the kill lets him get level 6 before, and Ornn doesn't anticipate it
That's
and
the
gets
problem.
killed. You know?
Blaze.
Oh,
You're
they-
just stealing away the fruits. Buying enough time for
Nocturne
Planet
level
to come in,
6.
and all of a sudden, lights goes out. Nocturne is in. And not only gets the assist, but also blinds the mid lane, which allows Shaolin to run away. Everything is going accordingly to Wilderness plan. DMG falling a little bit behind and not being able to fight this one.
Are we
Occupying
able to
steals
check
away the
Maokai
vision.
XP? Not sure. Shouldn't be too far off level 6. Okay. Might be able to get it before Herald. If they get level 6 on Maokai before Herald, they might be able to fight it. Or they can even go straight to it now because they know that Nocturne and Cassandra doesn't have ultimate, and Ornn has ultimate. So they might even go straight to it. We'll see what happens.
We got the adult on the first game. Maybe we will be able to get him on the second game as well. Those are all platings in favor of Time Bringer in the previous one, if you remember
Yeah.
correctly. They need to do it yet again.
It looks like Maokai is just going to farm normally. That means Cassandra will get ultimate again, and Herald will most likely go over to Wilderness.
A small detail of burning the experience from Maokai turns into a possible adult. Small
Exactly.
things.
No ultimate on Maokai makes it hard to do Herald there. Yeah. Cassandra just keeping up the push, and oh, they're looking for a gank mid instead of Herald.
Or Chase.
It is.
Flash is available. He doesn't think it's gonna hit him. The knockup is there, the feed as well. Raw Cannon gets
Phase
into the
rushing
stars.
out.
Good knockup. Phase rush. But it seems like Blaze is still looking for it. He's
patience.
level 4 though.
Yeah, the
Yeah, now you're
patience
seeing the flash
holds.
instantly. Oh my. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, he has really good patience. Oh, the poke. And you see
was
Ezreal moving
beautiful.
up. They might even be able to contest this now because of what happened.
They can't fight this one now. The true shot was
Yeah,
enough.
exactly. Ezreal is moving up. Maybe they started it themselves. Canadian going bot. If Kai'Sa is smart, he moves up to river now and goes and helps and secures them Herald. But it looks like he's staying for plates. Now it's just a battle of vision. Teams need to anticipate what the other one is going to do. It looks like Wilderness is just going to trade Drake for Herald though.
It's the first one of the game as well. Not that worrisome so far. Jace switches it up on the bot side. Ezreal stays in the mid lane in case they need some help on the top side for that Herald that is being done by Ploxy. With the information that all your members are on the bot side and there's a possible jungler in the Herald, means that even Cassandra
Oh,
can
flash.
push that forward. And talking about pushing, they push
Really good
Shaolin
punishment.
underneath his turret into the Wilderness and they take him down.
This is the consequences of not like clearing the vision. Like you see Rakan doesn't have sweeper. Like you see like just the warning from Kasing earlier and then burning the flash earlier, and now they punish it. Perfectly played by DMG. Now they're looking to dive Nocturne as well. Very clean.
The lock in. Tide bring it alone. Ezreal, what can you do? The turret is attacking the support. Good juggle on the aggro. They're not going to use the Herald. So they're going to use it now. Oh, Blaze is so low. Planted as well. When you die and you see those HP bars, you get so triggered. Like so close.
Yeah. I don't think this tower will go down. They should run away now
it's
because they're kind of
impossible.
just wasting time now. Yeah. Tidebringer deciding to try and outplay the dive bot, but doesn't work out in his favor, unfortunately.
There's still a lead in terms of gold due to that Herald in favor
Small
of
lead.
DMG. Well, 100. The way you look into the game, at least from my point of view, I'll be like, yeah, that's almost 1,000 gold in favor of the Wilderness. But no, tying it up, it's quite important. Yet again, the Herald brings some safetiness, a
Yeah,
safety net in favor of
the plates, you
DMG.
know.
Oh, there you go. Look at production. See the difference? That was like, we can breathe. Oh, by the way, Banderas. Look at Plander.
I'm looking at plan.
It's the
Yes,
static shift build.
Oh,
yeah.
God. This is scary
Oh,
as well when you have Nocturne on the team. They will just push waves and they will move around with Nocturne. It's really hard to play against. Oh,
The
they're
scene
looking for
comes
potential
out of the
skirmish.
sudden. They're going to freeze the Rakan, but now they turn their attentions into the Nocturne. The Nocturne blinds the lights, goes after the kill, but Maokai is forced to flash away. Here comes the
Maokai
blast
ulting
from the
again?
jungle. Here comes the Maokai trying to root them up, but there's no follow-up yet again. They have some small vision. They put up a ward just to be aware of what they can do or can't do. Mystic shot after mystic shot, but there's not enough damage to seal the deal. And since you don't have vision of
Skirmishing.
that bush, you have to let it go.
Exactly, the skirmishing is really clean for Wilderness. They keep getting caught out in places they probably do not want to be in, but they keep mechanically outplaying them.
TP for TP. So this is going to allow
classic.
Warren to just push on the top side.
K'Sante TPing mid, looking for a potential catch on Canine.
I saw Cannon like teleporting, and I'm gonna follow you. Not do anything. And Ornn doesn't have that push potential to go for the place as well. So he didn't lose that much. And since there's not a big objective on the map, it's just a TP for TP.
Ornn looking
I'm
for a
just
potential
scared
catch
about
mid
this,
with ult. Look here, Ornn ult. Maybe they look. No, Syndra's flash.
Slow?
Oh, catches
Is it
anyways.
predicts it? What is this? Pride!
Clean.
Beautiful!
Nice predict.
1 minute 37 for the next dragon. It's going to be an ocean, by the way. You can see it on the top left corner of your screen back at home. Prime wants to go to the top side, but I don't think he's allowed. He doesn't have that item yet. With
Still no
Xante
Trinity on
already
Ezreal.
with his force fire.
Yeah, still no Trinity on Ezreal, so DMG are not happy with where they are on their carry spikes. So I think they will look to not contest next Drake and just look to scale and get Ornn items eventually. Most likely on 2 items on Ezreal, they will start to take fights again.
I'm gonna say it. Well,
Say it.
Cannon has been a beast today.
It's been a beast
Even
all
on
the
these
time.
matchups.
Last time as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's a really good
playing
player.
really
Let's be
well.
honest, he's a really good player, yeah.
He's a really good player.
I think he's one of those that... The execute is out there! Kassin comes in! Here comes the power shockwave, lights up, it doesn't matter, the
the
dance
Dustblade.
blade! The Dustblade saves it! The flash comes in back again!
The sidestep.
Carbon gets burning in! Kassin needs to finish this one! It is such a beautiful work, Kassin, come on! Come on for his glory, for his pride, he takes down the kill, but slowly but surely he gets away.
The
Okay,
nerves
Marco,
of Canine.
that was such a beautiful play from Cannon. We were just talking about him.
Yeah,
Oh my.
very clean. Spacing out the Nocturne, dodging the auto attacks with the movement speed, and then dodging the Rakan W as well. Really clean.
If there was no Ignite, Banders, he would have survived.
He would have survived. It would have been really clean.
Yeah.
If there was no Ignite, survived, and they
Gifted.
would have killed Nocturne as well. Exactly. Really clean.
I was gonna say, if Cannon doesn't go for like LFL main division next year or even LEC, I don't know. I think Raw Cannon is gifted. I think it's like
I think-
Faker's neighbor, you know?
Yeah, I think LEC is a bit too early. I think he needs more experience, but I think definitely can get into a team in LVP or LFL for sure.
Yeah.
Especially those teams that want to upset the bigger ones, you know. If you want the wildcard team that will upset the best teams, then you want them as a mid laner for sure.
Okay, I received something.
Drake going
I
over.
received something that I don't know how to use.
Alright.
But it looks
What do you
beautiful.
receive? Try and figure it out.
It's a highlight thing. I don't know how
Oh.
to use it. I don't want to ruin the stream, so I'm getting
Drake
information
going
if
over
I
to
press
DMG.
highlights.
Yeah.
It highlights.
The Drake
Okay.
going over to DMG is really good for them because they want to stall the game for the Ornn items, right? The slower the game, the better for DMG, especially if there's no proper lead. So this is perfect for them.
I'm
No
gonna
flash
try
on
something
Syndra.
from that is.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Let me know if anything happens.
Oh, it works. You see the Maga?
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, we can play with this. Okay. Talking about playing, it's a team fight
Herald
that
fight.
is erupting out of a sudden. Herald fight is going to be deciding.
Stop
Oh,
flashing
look
in.
at the beautiful knock! Out of a sudden, they're looking for the mid lane. They're looking for Roy Cannon. He tries to survive as much as possible. Lezo puts himself in the midst of the fight. He's going to get burned. A double kill comes in clean for Plander, and it seems like he's not going down anytime soon. And out of a sudden, the triple falls in. It's almost an ace. Only Kasing survives, but the Empress can't do anything without a kingdom.
Disaster for team.
Oh, Kasing! That was good. Just to wrap it up, he gets one kill, right? Okay, he gets one kill.
Yes, he does. Very
Gets one
clean by
kill.
Cleartube. He realizes that this is the moment he needs to go in, you know. If he doesn't go in there, they can just poke them away with Jace Ezreal. But he finds the engage, Rakan gets the follow-up, Nocturne as well. Just very well executed by Cleartube.
A team fight that you believe is going in your favor, and you look into Cassante and say, well, my bad for trying to play the game.
Yeah, if I was Jace and Ezreal and I see that K'Sante, I'd be scared, you know. It's hard to kill that champion, especially when you like poke champions and stuff. It's your biggest nightmare.
But who's gonna kill him, though?
That's the thing, I mean, they need more items. At like 3 items they will start to kill him, but it's far away, you know.
Until then, yeah. And when you look into that time stamp, like when you look into the time lapse that you need to achieve, well, Planet already got himself the Nashor's Tooth.
Yeah, I mean,
Static
he's going
shift,
AP build even though he has
Nashor's
lethal
Tooth.
tempo. It's a
Oh,
bit
what is
interesting.
that damage? Kasing is supposed to not die instantly. Talking about dying instantly, Syndra
Get
takes
catch the
the
Shaolin.
lead on that one.
Shaolin has not been having fun this game. With DMG
Oh,
just
no, it's not.
constantly harassing him.
I believe you can just buy the upgraded version of the premium version of Leagues to get colors on the screen. So it's not gray all the time. I'm kidding! I'm kidding, chat! I'm playing around! Meanwhile, 18 minutes in, 7 and 9, a lead of 1,000 gold means that there's still a chance, but the problem is, it's a Kai'Sa. 5 kills. Shutdown is big, but can you even remotely get close to her?
She has
That's the
fun,
big
she has
problem,
ult,
because you
she
have
has
to deal
speed.
with Xante, Nocturne,
Exactly.
Syndra.
I mean,
How do you play this
Wilderness
through? Like,
will-
how can you kill her?
Yeah, I mean, Wilderness will not take a fight, right? Where they are not the ones engaging first. So if they either need to catch her, but she has cleanse, so that's already hard, you know, and she needs to be out of position. We're in a position where Wilderness can't re-engage, because if you're DMG and you're just all in going for Kai'Sa, that gives K'Sante full space and Syndra full space to do whatever they want. And that means Wilderness is happy, you know. K'Sante, they can't really kill him, so he will just kill everyone in the backline of DMG. So it's a tough situation. If I was DMG right now, I'll just play the macro to try and deny as much as they can from Wilderness. If they go Nashor, they just poke him out and try and deny them from getting it, and then just not fight. Kasing getting caught
For
out.
enough time,
Have
Kasing
flash
gets flash
outs.
available. He's going to be forced to use it as the Zhonya is procced. It's only the stopwatch. Finally goes in through, but on the other side, Blaze was already waiting for him. Not burns, but not enough. Two-shot barrage goes wide as Blaze just dodges this, dances in the middle of the battlefield. You fighting a war, and he's just using the cha-cha-cha in your face. Rakan just styling on you. W's coming in a little bit stronger from Planet. It's the Void power. Talking about power, Herald goes in, takes one turret. 20 seconds for this dragon. There's an important one, yet again, it's the clouds. Dragon
Wilderness
blessing
will-
our monitors.
Wilderness will most likely get this for free, but it looks like they're basing. Interesting.
So they give it away. I mean, you
Maybe,
kind of
yeah.
have time to come back, but it's like you're gonna be coming back to fight it off as they're doing it.
It looks like they're gonna give it away and look to set up topside for Baron later on. But DMG getting this will let them stall the game for a long time. If they can avoid Wilderness getting Baron now, they can probably win the game. There's no soul win condition anymore for Wilderness, so now it's just a stalling game. Ornn TPing, it looks they're really scared of the Baron. They have no vision, right?
It is a possibility.
They
The
look to
shot barrage
Nocturne.
went in.
Nocturne Flash.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Do you hear the pings on Nocturne Flash? They're all pinging it.
Yeah, they're like, we got something!
Yeah. Okay, no Arnold now.
It is.
Kisanta just pressuring.
Small
votes.
victories. Talking about small victories, let me just see something. He doesn't have enough gold. Ezreal needs that man immune.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Muramana already completed for Cannon, as you may see on your... Oh, this is beautiful! Already with that one. 9,000 gold, but
engage.
9,000
Really
damage.
engage.
Kassim
Amazing.
getting burned down so fast! It doesn't matter if you have the Frozen Tomb. The Tomb is already played in. As it seems the Wilderness is just on the top of their heads. Piling them down, knocking them up, bringing them in, killing them.
Exactly what they needed.
He doesn't
Really
care.
good catch by placing.
This is Baron. There's no way you can fight this
This
one.
is Baron. They will most likely try and trade for tier 2 mid. I mean, it's really risky of them to go into the jungle when they have vision around Baron and they don't see them. Then this happens, you know. Really risky.
Bloxy believes.
Placing. Oh, no
Instantly
flash.
teleports in. Bloxy's
Ornn
going to
steals
die.
it!
This the
Ornn steals
Baron
the
was stolen!
Oh my
DMG takes down the Baron Pride! Beautiful!
How?
I have no idea.
Oh my god. What's the
How is
ult
this
now? I didn't hear the
possible?
ult. What?
How?
Jesus.
Wait. Production, can you highlight that one?
Ornn going for a look at build, okay.
Okay.
Well, this is
Yes,
exactly what
sir.
DMG needed. There's 2 Drakes, they have 2 Drakes, the goal is not even, but closer to even now. Ornn items will start to come in soon. So, now it's just about not getting caught, you know, just farming up, scaling up, look to poke. They just need to not get baited into taking a bad fight now and letting Wilderness get more goal lead.
Double Muramana also means that they can just poke around and have fun with it.
Exactly.
They
I
need the
mean,
vision
what will
control, they're gonna have it.
Exactly, they need to do really good vision control now, because if Blazing or Porcupine or even Kiritubu gets a flank now, and they can force a fight, they're still ahead in gold, they're still stronger in the team fights.
Yeah, I was just checking something. If you look at the build from Kaisa, I just wanted to. There you go. If you look at the build from Kaisa, she has enough to get the W empowered already. Even though she doesn't have a proper AP item, she already has enough. It seems.
Yeah, I mean,
Comes the fight.
oh, engage.
Fighting to get the cannon. The charm, no, the fear is there. The charm falls it through. And all of a sudden, Jace is completely outplayed on that one. Ezreal is going to get knocked into the middle of the fray. And Tidebringer is going to die way too soon. Kassim runs away, but it doesn't matter because all of his team members are dying. This could be an ace. And you were talking about the fact that they want to fight battles that they shouldn't. And there's one
They're
of them.
still stronger, so they just look for any fight they can get. DMG goes a little bit too far up, don't play with the poke, and they get caught out. Really well punished by Wilderness.
What an interesting
Kisanta
situation
starting to get
out of a
spikes
sudden.
in. Yeah, I mean, the spikes are coming in now for Wilderness. Kaisa will get Rage Blade, Kisanta will get Sunfire. It's really strong on the side of Wilderness. So they'll most likely start taking the tier 2 towers now. They don't even need Baron for it. They will most likely just take Drake on exit. So they will most likely play mid and bot here. And just look to take the towers. Ornn pushing out top, so that ensures this fact.
You know what scares me about this build with Kaisa?
Tell me.
Is when you get the static. Oh, gonna stop right now? Okay. You get the static, you get the Nashers, you
Yeah.
got triple upgrades. I mean, remember the good old days where you were forced to build Man Immune so you could get the upgrades, and now you build 2 items and you
Yeah.
have the triple?
Yeah.
I don't feel
it's
comfortable.
crazy.
I don't feel safe on the Rift with this itemization.
The static shift just made Kaisa the best champion ever. It's really strong.
yeah.
I mean, oh, looking for another fight. It's not that
But
smart
for
by
what?
DMG. I mean, they're testing the limits all the time, so it's just up to Wilderness to punish it. I think DMG is going to try and get shutdowns, you know? Try and get a fight. If they kill Kai'Sa, they're happy, you know? They know no flash, no cleanse on Kai'Sa, and she has no stopwatch. So it is a target they should be able to kill now.
That's exactly where we're going to keep our eyes in. It's on Plunder. This
Look for
Kai'Sa.
Khan. Rakan looking for a flank.
Yes, his first W.
Engaging in.
He's still far away. Engage comes in, but Rakan comes in to get all the charm, which means Nocturne can follow it up, and Planet is still alive. Jumps into the middle of the fight and gets access to the Ezreal. The exhaust is not enough because that Kai'Sa is awake, even though she's dealing so much damage. It seems like the front line in keeping Royal Cannon alive was more than enough for 4 of them to die, and the only one that was supposed to be the beast, the Terminator, is the one that survives, and it's almost an ace in favor of DMG.
Yeah, now you see how the team comes to play out like we talked about earlier, you know? If Wilderness is just desperately engaging in and the team is not able to follow up, or if they don't get a proper flank, then this happens, you know? They will just peel back with Lissandra, they will AoE damage with Maokai ult, Q and Jace and everything, you know? And they will just kill them. K'Sante ults early so they become squishy and they all die. Really well played by DMG. Very risky, because if they lose this fight, then they most likely lose the game, but they outplay it and it's looking good for them now.
I gotta bring this one back again. Oh, there's no ultimate to follow through. Because that W is empowered, be careful. Royal Cannon being the focus yet again. Surviving without flashing yet again. It's just beautiful.
This man
Just
is
goes
starting
to
to
show,
hurt.
even though that's an immobile champion, he brings the mobility by his own fingers.
Almost 4 items from Jace now. Really strong. Kai'Sa's getting flash up soon. Now it's just a battle for DMG to not give away Nash. Like we saw earlier, they need to poke, go through mid, poke, not get flanked on, try and get some vision on Baron, because they don't have infinite blue wards, you know, to check all the time. And Wilderness just needs to clear the vision, try and look for a good engage. As you talk about engages, Maokai almost
The
dead.
jungler. It's on the Maokai, which means it's not that troublesome. It is engaged.
Both ults
Play it
used.
cool.
Maokai and
Foxy's
Ornn
still alive.
used.
Ooh, but that's a Citadel's grudge. They know the poke is now gonna hurt. That's a beautiful scatter of the week to take away 3 of them. The Royal Cannon is not done. He just wants to fight. He just wants to bite. Rakan is on the left side.
K'Sante has
Keep
TP, they
your
might look to
eyes.
re-engage now. No ult on Nocturne. Looks like they're just giving away and letting DMG get vision now. There's no wards in
It's not
Kasing,
even about
though.
the Baron. It's just about the vision.
Just about the vision, correct. Kasing needs the base because he has no wards, so I assume rest of DMG will do the same. Wilderness finds this out though, so you see Rakan coming back in, ready to take control over the vision. It's just a battle of vision, like, Wilderness wants them to come into them without poking and knowing that they're not on Baron, and then play a fight, you know, where Kai'Sa can get the hit there, roam for free, and play the game.
Because this is a
One
scary
item's coming
point
in.
for both teams. Because
Yeah.
as you said it before, 3 items. Jace has access to them. Ezreal has access to them as well. And they're already sitting on the upgraded items from Ornn.
Exactly. This game is starting to look scary for Wilderness. I think this next fight will determine the whole game, whoever wins it. If it's one-sided, the team who wins it will most likely win the game, so pay attention.
Keep your eyes on those carries. It is Blender or even Tidebringer and Royal Cannon. Shaolin is going to be the one just scattering the weak, and even though he can unleash his power, it's not going to be an insta-kill because Ornn and Maokai are way too tanky. And even Kasing, if Kasing knows, well, you're going to use the ulti on me, I can just zone his and isolate myself. Oh, where you going, Porcupine? Those spikes are not on your back. The poke damage from Royal Cannon is way too big. Kasing, just taunting them. Just letting them know, I can go in, I can freeze you, so you can't be that alone on the front line. Every one of you is a squishy target right now, even you, K'Sante. Even you. If both my carries look at you, you're dead, man. Another shot barrage, that means
that's
Splendor
a
is not able to
really
recall. Oh, that is so good. Carson now needs to make a
start the
decision. Do I go
match.
back? If you go back, you can fight it. Let's get to the
Nocturne's
damage
gonna look
comes in
for
from
steal.
Cassandra. It's
Oh,
not enough.
Lissandra
Cassandra comes
engaged.
in
They're
with a
turning, they're
clean. Look at Maokai with the root, and Ornn is gonna help on that one. Oh, Ezreal is poking on the other side of the wall. And meanwhile, Kai'Sa is so far away. Cassandra is dodging through the rift. Flashes out. Can he get away? The knockup is beautiful. But now the shock blast!
Ooh,
Finds
snipe
the
from
target
Kanin.
in your face from Royal Cannon. Not only do they get the banner, but also 3 kills.
They will look to get soul as well in 50 seconds. They're gonna look to take both tier 2 towers there, base, and run straight to Drake.
Banderas
Incredible.
is looking good.
Yeah, it's looking good for DMG. I mean, it's crazy to think that this developed from an Ornn Baron steal. Really crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
They
looking
just
to go
need to
even
ride
further.
the wave.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna look to
Thermal is
take the
wave.
inhib towers, maybe even top inhib. And then they're gonna look to take Drake later. It's not a priority. They might just go base and go open all to the bot side and not even care about Drake until later.
It's the cloud, it's just movement speed out of combat. Just that slow resistance as well, but if you stack it up, 21% to slow resist, it's not that bad. To move across the map, get advantage on the macro. Look at Ezreal running. I didn't knew this animation was real. I never saw this animation before. I'm scared of that Ezreal, by the way. I'm baffled.
Feeling a little bit too confident.
Yeah. Confidence. This is
Son
slow,
of a
this
bitch
is kill
almost
us.
goes over again.
Two-shot barrage goes in, not enough. Kasing still wants to follow this one through as a Frozen Tome locks in one, but it's behind it. Blaze is in jeopardy. He's forced to use that code. Kasing is not letting him go. Oh, almost
Blaze
gets the
surviving
snipe
best.
with the redemption.
Well, this is what
Wow,
Wilderness needs,
okay.
you know? There's no Ornn ult, no Lissandra ult, and no Maokai ult, so now they can play. If there's ever a time to take a fight, they need to force it bot lane now, because their super minions coming in on each side. It is looking hard though, with super minions coming in on both top and mid.
All of a sudden,
Third
it
inhib
seems
going
like
down.
this Kai'Sa is not enough to fight this one. Nocturne blinds the lights. But are you going in? How can you go in?
Yeah,
How
this
can
is
you?
the issue, you know? They don't have hard engage, you know? So now they're just stuck. Who can engage, you know? Like, now they're just getting poked out and slowly choked out of the game.
The choke is happening. Minions are being thrown across the map. Cinder
Look at
doesn't
this
want to
one,
allow
Jay's
them to
just
get near the
poking.
turret, but the turret is already down. Kasing warns.
Cassandra,
He
look at
presses the
Cassandra.
entrance.
He
Santa
gets
gets
chased,
a
he
good
gets chased.
engage. All of a sudden, Kai'Sa goes to the back line, but she's exhausted. It doesn't
No,
go
no.
through. Oh, and through for him is not enough. It takes it to a lot.
Santa gets chased again.
With the double kill, the triple kill. Can you give me a quadra? No, you
Oh,
can't. There you
almost
go.
got that.
Quadra kill by Royal Cannon. The beast, the
Oh my
one and
God.
only. In the MG start on the left foot, but they run into the face of the wilderness and they tie it up.
GG.
1-1.
What a crazy game. Kanin pulling out like Kasing, Kanin, and Ploxy on point with punishing the Syndra whole game. Really incredible. The Ornn fucking steal from Baron. Oh my god, incredible.
That was such a good game. From start to finish. This is a lesson, okay? For everyone back at home that dies once and types in GGFF15. This is why you don't have FF15. This is why. No, beautiful game from both teams. I would like to commend also Wilderness. They did a good start. And even though they were capable of getting such a big lead for Kai'Sa, it didn't translate into anything realistically due to the fact that Royal Cannon and Ezreal were way too strong. Like
Yeah, I
Tide
think,
was way
think
too strong as well.
Yeah, I think the build was also kind of like counteractive because you're going like a poke build kind of, but they have 3
Mhm.
tanks like Ornn, Maokai. I mean, Lissandra also kind of a tank, so they just tank the poke.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it would be better if you have like on hit build on Kai'Sa. You had the lethal tempo as well, so
Mhm.
I think I'm not sure what happened there, but also just I mean, I mean. I feel bad for Wilderness, you know, the Baron still, if that didn't happen, they most likely would have taken this game. But now we're going into the last game of the best of 3, and we'll see who wins. I'm excited.
That's the best we could get. 3 games out
Yeah.
of 3, which means we're going to kick it to a little pause. We'll be right back after this one. And don't go anywhere. I'm watching you.
turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
And we are back just to take a peek at what happened in the previous game. Look at this. Look at the difference in goal. It started off so bad. There were always glimpses of like, we can come back. We can pull it off. We can pull it off. And all of a sudden, they actually pulled it off. And I believe it's exactly as Manera said. It was due to the bat and steal. It was due to bat and steal. It is something that we need to keep in mind. The bat and steal gave them this option, and as soon as they had it, they were capable of coming through. Just as Bandera said, they need three items, and as soon as they got them, bam, clean. Are you there, Banderas? I don't
Yes,
think he is.
I'm here. I am.
Oh, there he is.
It was muted. I mean, the three items. I mean, yeah. I mean, you could see how the draft was going to play out. It was like Wilderness's job to take away the game early, and they were doing a good job until the Baron still, really unfortunate. Of course, there's some imperfections here and there, and like the Kaisa build and other stuff, but overall, they were doing a good job. Really impressed by their skirmishing power, especially from the bot side, as in Nocturne, Blander, and Blaze. Like, I think they skirmished really well, and I think that's their key to winning the next games, just making sure that they play through that and forcing fights like that. So I'm excited to see how draft develops and what they planned.
Is it time to adapt from the Rakan from now on? Because it seems like Lissandra is providing what they need. And Kissing with the Lissandra, I'm not going to lie, this game we finally got to see why the Lissandra is good on Kissing. It's ravaging. Like, you can't do much in terms of counter her engage. She's a really good initiator the way Kasing is
Yeah,
using her, and there's always a
yeah,
follow
yeah.
up. So
She's a good initiator. She's a good disengager. Like it's a really good support overall, and she gives you AP as well, allowing Ploxy to go for this more tank build as well. It's a really clutch pick. I think that's like the best pick they could have had in support ever in that team comp because the counters Rakan perfectly, gives them engage, disengage, and gives them like the option to go tank on Mauka as well. So he can tank the Kai'Sa poke, the Syndra poke and stuff. Really, really clean pick.
there you go. We're about to jump into the third game, and this is going to be good. Can we see the damage? Can we see the damage? That would be lovely. I don't know if you have access to that information. Wow. I was not expecting that. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in. Not only Maokai dealing more damage than Ezreal, there's a lot to take in from the fact that Xante dealt so little damage. And then you think, well, with all that advantage from Kai'Sa, I was expecting Kai'Sa to be the first damage dealer, but no, it was
Yeah,
actually the mid laner.
it comes down to the build, in my opinion. I mean, he has a poke build, and they have like tanks. And realistically, if you go to poke as Kai'Sa and they have a Jace, he will just hit one EQ on you, and you're out of the fight. You know. So it was really hard for him to poke. I'm not a fan of the build. Like more of a
Mhm.
tank shredder build would have been better. Like going to Kraken that route, you know, and killing the tanks would have been really good. But you can see it affecting the damage because even Ezreal, who was really behind in the early game, is almost the same damage as Kai'Sa. Then again, K'Sante not really able to do much because the way you want to
Mm.
play the right side is just K'Sante Nocturne diving in with Rakan and then Kai'Sa ulting in as well and following up, you know, and doing damage and hitting. But if she's playing the poke version, that's not really how you want to play her. You want to like assassinate kind of and poke. So some
We're
some
asked to show
miscommunication.
shields. Shields
Shields.
from Pride. Yeah, Pride is asking for shields. Like,
Oh, it's
can you
because of
show
the locket,
shields,
I assume.
please? I would love to see that, but I don't think you can show that one on this graphic. I don't think you can show that one. No, we don't have access to that one. I'm so sorry, Pride. No, you did good. I'm just gonna say he's listening. Apparently, I'm just gonna say it was amazing to watch an Oran just say, you know what, I'm playing for the team. I'm going Locket is one of the best mythics out there, so might as well just put myself in a position where I can support my team, use the brittle as much as I can, and aside from that, I'm good to go. No thinking about going for that hard steal and stuff like that. No, I'm playing for the team. I was playing with Jamada the other day. Wait, we got bandanas. We got
Hello,
bandanas. I
hello.
was not expecting this. Well, no,
Did some
but
magic.
wow.
One of us. Two gym bros.
So that's so good. That's so good to watch like a top laner just say, you know what, my line has been ignored by Riot for years. Might as well just adapt to the meta.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really,
I feel
I
so
don't know.
bad.
I'm really, really impressed overall by like DMG's like I wouldn't say cockiness, but like their ability to pull out fights they probably shouldn't be able to win, you know? Like at the Drake fight I was like this is really risky. Like if they lose this fight then they lose the whole game, but they took it and they won it, you know? It shows that even though they lost the first game and we're behind now, they still didn't lose their, I guess you could say, egos, but I mean they didn't lose their confidence is probably a better word.
Sounds good. And that's the way. Well, we're going to kick it to the third game. And now we reach a point. Maybe you can talk to me about that one.
Hmm.
On a series on the best of three, losing the first game sucks because eventually you're looking at, well, we lose this one without. And that affects
Yeah.
your mentality. But if you win the second one, you're like, aha! And the other team that just won, that just lost the game, the second one, is thinking, oh, they won one. They're going to win the second one. Like the mentality could be affected for the wilderness. It's not a best of five, I know, but they could be heavily affected already.
Yeah, I mean the first game is important, you know, it gives you like the momentum. But like in a best of three, it's kind of like if you're able to win the second game of a best of three, like so you turn it into 1-1. It like it depends on how experienced the players are, but let's say they're not that experienced, then I think it matters that you win because then you kind of have the momentum and you feel more confident going in, and that matters a lot, especially in series where it's like you kind of have some nerves. You feel like it's important. You have to win this and stuff. Then having the momentum and confidence is really like it matters, you know. So if I was DMG, I'd be really comfortable right now.
That's exactly where they're standing. We're just waiting for everybody to be ready on on the lobby. Obviously, they have like 10 to 12 minutes of rest between the games. They need to talk with their coach. I mean, it's Tom Kick. It's not the best person to talk with, but they need to talk with the coach. I'm always flaming Tom Kick, but I love him. Okay, guys, I love him. I love him. I love him.
It's
It
tough
was one
though,
of my
guys.
favorites. It's a tough. It is. He suffered so much when he was at the NLC. He suffered so much. But I got to tell you, he was blessed by the kebab. I don't think everybody knows this, but there's a kebab story at the NLC 2022. There was a
Oh,
kebab shop so close to the studio that every single day after broadcasts, everybody from production would go to that kebab house. So we would do late parties, and the cool thing at that kebab house was none of us would speak German because it was in Berlin, and the owner of the kebab house didn't speak English, so we
okay.
just expressed ourselves sort of
It's
like,
like sign
"Hey,
language,
hey!"
like, you
It
point
was
at
so
this. This is
funny.
what I want.
5 months in, we would get to the kebab house. We would look at him like, "Hey!" It was like, "Hey, favorite customers." That's all he learned, by the way. That's all he learned. Or in another
Was
word, whenever he looked into Jamada, he would
mm.
say Michael Jackson. I love
Oh
him.
no,
I
no.
love that guy. It was such like it was love, it was love. It was not a bad saying. It was just love.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this song though.
Into
We're
draft
jumping into
already.
this.
Cassiopeia ban. You
Yes,
can see
sir.
they're shaking. They're kind of scared of the Canadian Cassiopeia, and it makes sense, like Blazing is known to like these like engaged type champions like Rakan, he's a guy that likes to fight. So removing a champion that kind of wants you to go into them is, good for them. So it makes sense. So also kind of it's one of his
First
best
time we
picks.
switched sides as well. We
True.
finally switched sides. Interesting.
I'm interested to see what Porcupine goes. He's more of an assassin player, like aggressive player. So we'll see. Because it's normally like you pick Maokai, Sojani, Ivern, and stuff like this when you have priority on the blue side. Maybe they just paro the Kaisa again and take it B1. And then they go something else in jungle. We'll see. I'm intrigued. Maybe they paro the Rel. Not sure. Let's see how the bans unfold. Lilia ban. This hints that Ploxy wants either Seju, Mao, or even Ivern. Kinder as well. Yeah, he definitely wants one of these
Oh.
tanks. So we'll see what happens.
Maokai out of the table. I gotta say that Maokai was a nuisance for the wilderness
Yes.
on the previous game. That ultimate just covers the entire map. Tristana removed as expected. Now, what is your priority? Because Rakan is open, yeah, but you've learned the lesson. You've learned the
Yeah.
lesson.
Let's see. I don't think Porcupine's a big Sojani player. I think they'll take the Kaisa here. Oh, spicy. No, I think he's just hovering just to tease a bit. Plunder is a Draven player, but if they lock it here, they'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, there's the
Oh.
Kaisa. Okay, I assume if I'm DMG now, I'd answer with taking like Sejuani, and maybe they even want to just take. I mean, Zyra Khan is open. They could also just take Zyra Khan if they want to answer the bot lane straight. If they're not scared of Porcupine taking Sejuani away. We'll see.
I'm afraid
We
though, this
know.
is bad. This is
Mm-hmm.
terrible,
Oh,
Banderas. I'm
why?
gonna let you know that on the previous game they hovered three times the Pantheon and they won.
And oh no,
They didn't hover
they
now.
didn't
I'm just
hover.
saying.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. I'm just
Not a good
saying.
start. They pick Vars and they're looking to get counter support now. Like they're most likely gonna blind top lane and counter support, so they get like an abuse bot lane, like Vars and like Lissandra again or Ashe or something like this, to punish the Kaisa. Gisante blind, okay. I wonder. I mean, Renekton is open. If I'm DMG, I'd probably take
Yeah,
Renekton here. Looks has enough champions. Renekton is a good matchup into Gisante and Pyke as well. It's for sure Renekton angle for DMG if they see it. They might still just opt into going like a frontline tank, but like Ornn or something. But it's not that good into Gisante, and Renekton does that job as well. He is a golem. You just put him front, and he's happy. Can dive in and start healing and everything. We'll see. They might
and
also
that
just want to
allows
secure
Varus
the
to.
jungler.
You
Yeah,
can deviate from the normal build from the Varus. You don't need to go poke. If you brought in the Renekton, well, with the Yorn
yeah,
now, probably you're going to go for
well,
that poke to follow up with
yeah.
Chase.
Just wants
Taking
to
the Elise,
earn.
that was a menace. It was
Yeah.
scary at the first game, so obviously remove it.
He wants the Ornn, not the Blitz pick, to be honest. They have a lot of dashes, like Kai'Sa, Pyke, K'Sante, a lot of people that don't have to get hit by Ornn necessarily. So if Kai'Sa goes to shredding build as well, they might even be able to kill him quickly. We'll see. Then again, K'Sante into Vars is not that fun, especially if it goes to AP version, because you just, I mean, I think they nerfed it a bit now, but like he still can get killed pretty quickly when he's squishy, like in his ult form. We'll see. Arya ban, okay. What are they looking to go here? I think, I mean, if I'm DMG, I'm blinding mid here, and then counter picking support. No, I mean, no, I'm counter picking support since we see Pyke, obviously. And then countering mid. So I guess Arya is the only pick they don't want to give them. Blitzcrank, that's spicy.
Nah.
Very spicy. It has to be like a Nautilus,
Versus
no? Like
Pyke. Yeah. Nautilus makes a lot of sense.
Lissandra
Okay.
again. He's a Lissandra fan. I mean, I didn't even
It,
think
it
about
kind of
Lissandra
counters the
build.
Pyke. You know those plays from
does.
the Pyke where you go in and then you flash just to make sure you get the stun. Now you don't. Now you
Yeah.
got close to me. Now you've frozen. I love that idea.
Yeah. It makes sense. I didn't think that it was open, to be honest. Especially after they've shown it twice. It's a really good pick.
Yeah.
It lets Vars go 80 as well, so they have some options. Maybe he goes to lethality poke version as well. It looks like they're a fan of this. Very interesting that they keep jungle for that late. I thought for some reason that they'd pick jungle already, but no, they picked mid lane really early. They're just keeping jungle for last pick. Okay, I wonder what they're gonna counter pick with.
This can't be it.
Maybe
If you
spicy.
pick this, everyone is going
It
to be
is a
so
porcupine champion.
squishy.
It is a porcupine champion.
Ah.
Oh, the Sejuani. Does it look? Yeah, okay. I mean, this is not usually what we see Porcupine on, but it really fits the comp. Belveth from Ploxia. It's like we changed players there, you know? Belveth is like a Porcupine champion, and Sejuani is more of a Ploxia champion. So we've changed the champions, but now they have more hard engage, you know, on the side of Wilderness with the Sejuani ult. Pantheon hover. Okay. Now it looks like
We do it.
Now it looks like they can
but
win,
it's
maybe.
over.
Yeah, they hovered, you know.
So they're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Really
If they got the
spicy.
hover, they're gonna win. Oh yeah, good to know. Okay, now we get to know. We have a lot of AP damage, like from different sources of like Amumu, Lissandra, even the Ornn can provide a little bit of it. So Varus and Jace are comfortable with that one. On the other side, Sejuani, this is a way to look into the bot side, no? Because you have Pyke with the Hell of Blades probably. So Sejuani goes in, it's a melee, insta proc to stun. Makes sense to give a little bit more focus to the bot, no?
Yeah, for sure bottom is going to be a priority this game. I mean, it's Kai'Sa mid, so they're going to go the AP version, like static and AP poke version. They're going to look to poke a bit with Kai'Sa Ezreal, but again, it kind of doesn't fit their comp. Like, they have 2 champions that want to poke, and they have 3 champions that want to, like, engage and go in. It's a little bit, like, miscommunication on what they want to do in terms of draft. So I'd be more comfortable if I was DMG for sure this game. Then again, I'm excited to see if Varus goes lethality or if he goes lethal tempo, because K'Sante, if he gets ahead and you have lethality on Jace Varus, like he can be a problem, you know, like he just won't die. So we'll see. We have some time to talk at least. 3 minutes spectator delay.
Oh yeah.
The classic.
Already used to that, baby. I love it. This is the curse ever since we started League of
So
Legends.
much CC and lockdown on the side of TMG. Pyke is not gonna have a fun game. Like Pyke tries to go in, he gets like Lissandra ulted or Pyke ulted or Amumu ulted even, you know. They have bandages. Like it's not a fun game to dive in. So I get that you kinda want to play poke as well, but it's like I guess you just have to look for skirmishes with Pyke Sejuani early, because it's a strong combo, you know, 2 melees, and then you look with Kai'Sa, or I mean Ezreal, Conqueror maybe, or whatever he has, and you just look to skirmish around bot lane. But overall, I think if the game goes even again, like we talked last time, and they get to late game and mid game, I think it's going to be hard to play Wilderness's team comp.
So you think this is going to be the same as we saw previously, where you kind of have one tool to engage and nobody can effectively follow it up? Like you have the Sejuani, she can start the fight. Pyke kind of can do it, but you have Amumu and Ornn on the front line,
it's more
so
for
it's not going to
follow-up
be
again.
easy.
Yeah.
So the only real key to start the fight is Sejuani. It's the same as Nocturne. So it has
Yeah,
to be
I mean,
Porcupine saying, "Hey, we're going in," but I'm kind of alone on that one.
yeah, I mean the difference is like Nocturne usually has to dive in, so Johnny can at least ult and play like front to back. So that's the only difference. Like they have a different type of engage now. But then again, it's not a huge change from the last time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same concept, and it's more just we'll see if Wilderness is able to create an early lead and like make something happen. And the champions they have definitely are made to do that. You know, Pike, Kisante in a good matchup, Sejuani, like they can play anywhere they want. But I think if DMG plays well, they can punish bot side with Lissandra and Varus and they can force Wilderness to come and answer. And if they're able to do that and make the game even, I think they're happy.
Well, we're about to jump into this one. We have 30 seconds, which means it's time to make the question. How are you doing, Banderas? I haven't seen you in a long time. How you
Doing good,
handle?
doing good.
Like,
I'm doing good. I mean, we got knocked out by Team Go in EU Masters. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw it.
Unfortunately,
I
the
was
LFL
sad.
was too strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now just preparing for 2024. You know, want to go back to EU Masters and take revenge as soon as possible. You know, but overall doing good. How about you? I mean,
So,
I see you hit the
is
gym.
there no competition like in between summer and 2024 where you're staying?
Yeah, so I mean, there's like winter splits and stuff. I'm probably going to play
Yeah.
here in the Norwegian League. Spoiler alert.
Ah.
Spoiler alert. I'm gonna play a
Oh,
little bit
he's
here.
back.
So I'm gonna play here a little bit, have a little bit of fun, and then gonna go see where I go for 2024.
Good, 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 good. He's back. Good to know. Because we have such a good pool of players in the northern region. I was like,
Mm.
we're losing them. We're losing him. So getting you back, that would be lovely. I'm saying back, but I'm not there. I'm like, I'm trying to get back in,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm slowly but surely. Slowly but surely.
Okay, into the game.
There you go. Anything that stands out. Conqueror on the Amumu. This time we also have Royal Cannon with the first strike to get that extra gold and extra damage. Handle of Blades
Yes,
is
lethal
expected on the
tempo.
Varush.
Yeah, it's no, it's lethality virus. Sorry, not lethal tempo. It's lethality virus. So we have that answered, I guess. They're looking to counter and invade. Very weird place to do so, but and there's no sweeper either. They're really anticipating the invade.
When they have their heads up, like you're not gonna put yourself in jeopardy after losing the second game.
Yeah,
So that's a good. We're here if you come, but we don't need to fight you. But it's up to you. And since the mentality
yeah,
is kind of
yeah.
broken, they're not gonna do it.
You can see both teams are a little bit more scared, like a little bit more passive. It's more like usually they might try and force mistakes, but now they're like, okay, come in and try us, you know, like more of a laid back play style. But that's not what you want if you're Wilderness. You kind of want to create chaos with the team comp you have. So we'll see how they decide to do that.
Sounds good. Is the game is going to
Both
start a
bot
little bit
lanes.
slow. Tell me.
Yeah, both bot lanes starting by wave, and both junglers leashless. So bot lane should have prio on the side of DMG if everything goes as planned. Oh, VRC going a little bit wide, not in any minions either.
This Blaze doesn't want to put himself backwards. He wants to get that control on those bushes, but Kassing pushes him back.
Yeah,
It's a
can't really
push
do much
for
level 1.
Tidebreaking. They need that level 2.
Exactly. Can't really do much level 1 as Pike, so you just have to sit there and let them get prio.
I'm curious about this clear on Amumu. He starts the Raptors, go to the Krogs, get the red. It's going to be a full clear. So it takes some time, which probably allows Porcupine to go into the bot side a little bit earlier, especially since the wave is going to be pushed against his teams. So he has a little bit more map to work with.
Look at Jace going in for
And
the
instantly,
ward. Jace
like
wants to
it.
ward to deny any invade by Sejuani, because even though Sejuani doesn't have prio for the bot lane of Wilderness, he can still just go for a solo invade and try to steal like blue buff or something. But Kanin anticipating that and warding, really smart. He doesn't go for the invade though, Porcupine, but this is exactly what DMG wants, you know, like a controlled game where they know where enemy jungler is.
And both junglers are going to take their sweet time to clear this one. Oh, -1. Well, Cannon losing that siege minion instantly.
Maybe I
I've
need
been
to
cursed
start
by chat,
cursing
so.
him. Yeah. Caster cursing him a bit. Okay.
Oof.
Kissing moving up with the
Cleanse
Kyle.
from Ezreal already burned.
Oh, how
so?
did that happen?
Tidebringer goes down. Oh, gets hooked.
Some poke
Do
on
not use
Tavares.
anything whatsoever, but loses too much HP on the process. It's Kasing going wide into the river, and meanwhile, there's Porcupine on the bot side. Those minions are going to keep him clean, almost getting the Varus. It was not even aiming at Kasing, he wanted the Varus back in. At least to get the heal or a flash.
That's gonna be scuttle control. Most likely a double scuttle. It depends though, like Kurtubu is not deciding to keep the pile top, so they might even be able to fight the scuttle top if Boxy wants to. We'll see. Oh, fighting in both. No, just on trading.
Oh, I like the way Kasing is playing this one. Lissandra just proving like the worth yet again, even if it's not versus Rakan.
Yeah, Ornn getting the pile top means scuttle will be secured for Anoma. So John is deciding to go back and look for a cheese gank, or just to let them push in the wave bot safely. Yeah, he's just going to help them push in the wave.
Again negated.
They're looking for a dive even. Okay.
I don't think Blaze can do this one. Instantly goes down and Tidebringer flashes away. He's not even in jeopardy. Now look at Sejuani, he's so low. Ornn wants to take him in, but the flash was used. So TP flash has been burned. Kasing, can you slow him down? You can, obviously. And look at Ezreal running away. The Arcane Shift is not even available. Vlad takes a kill. 2 kills out of a sudden.
That's huge.
You burn some similar spells, but Amumu is there to cover.
Amumu is going to catch the wave top, and they avoid the dive and get 2 kills. It's perfect. I mean, maybe the TP wasn't necessary from Ornn after they got the initial catch and fight, but regardless, they get a kill from it, and they're happy, you know?
Well,
trading mid. Kanin going for a different setup this time. He has no face rush, and he has Doran's Blade this time instead of D-Shield. So looking for more aggressive and scaling.
It's not working out. So far.
ADCs in mid lane are kind of obnoxious, especially Kai'Sa and Tristana. They have like really good range and a lot of damage early. But he's held out pretty well CS-wise. He will start to scale a lot, and we know Jace with a Dirk and some items will one-shot these ADCs, you know? Especially when they have no exhaust.
That's something I wanted to highlight. No exhaust in any side of the game. Previously we had Ezreal with the exhaust.
Exactly.
In the previous game it was Tidebringer with him. Yeah, so there's no way to mitigate those bursts late into the game.
Exactly.
With that. Kasing. I like that sneaky engage. You don't even see the claw.
It puts pressure on him all the time, you know? Like, even if he doesn't go in, just showing that he's able to do it and thinking about it, like, puts pressure, you know? And... Ooh, some training mid. And when you're playing a side like Wilderness and you want to make stuff happen, showing that you're, like, continuously looking to punish them as the side of DMG is really good. So, good pressure by Kasing there.
The game a little bit more slow from what we watched previously.
Merc's boots for Sejuani. Spicy.
First item. Okay.
Yeah, he does not
like
even
the Bami to clear on anything. Okay. Meanwhile, level 6 is still out of the table for both junglers. And as soon as we see that, ganks will be more often. On the bot side, the flash allows him, and the pull brings him in. Tidebringer with nothing to fight for this one. So this is the one where you try to make it a 1-for-1. Flox is looking for that, but Kasing already took it. It's a support.
Like to push in the wave,
maybe careful in the carry, but support takes the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Pyke burns flash as well. Overall, probably like an even trade. If this wave gets crashed in, that is, which it will.
Ooh, Royal Cannon not having fun in the mid lane. Look at that, just came back, used the teleport, and is already so low.
Getting dove by Santa.
How is this working? How can he get away? Beautiful flash, follows it up. Shaolin gets the kill, but just like the bot lane, they're going to try and make this a 1-for-1. Amu with a beautiful engage, the ultimate gets time for Kasing, gets the blast count. But look at Pyke, already looking for the play, looking for the kill, and he gets it in the end. Tidebringer now looks into Pyke, gets hooked to the other side and says, thank you, that's exactly where I wanted to go. Amumu flashes in to get the kill, and Tidebringer is in jeopardy, as it's going to be the stacks overflowing, freezing him in the triple kill for the one with the boots.
Yeah, I mean, K'Sante, Pyke, Sejuani, this is what you want, you know? You want to skirmish this. Like, Now Kurtubu's just gonna TP back top, and it's like nothing happened. Really well played by Kurtubu. He uses the prio in the lane of Ornn K'Sante to get a move, threaten that Kennen is getting poked out, and they get a good skirmish of it. It's really nice. This is what Wilderness needs. I mean, they're still a little bit behind in gold after what's happened, and the kills are on Sejuani, but if they keep making plays like this, it will be tough for DMG. It's no flash and Jace now, so they will probably look to punish again at some point. Maybe when Sejuani ult is up again, they will look to go punish. We'll see.
Small advantage in gold still comes in for DMG, but it's only 500 from what it was previously of 1,000. That fight was more than enough to tip the scales and put it on an even ground. It's Wilderness fighting off to bring back what they brought in the first game, that lead. A 1-1 on this best of 3, which is going to say who's going to stay at the top of the ladder on this league. It's only the start of the league, by the way. It's only match day 2. Why am I missing this? I missed this. Ploxy now.
Gonna be a banger.
It has to.
Fighting for Herald. No ult on Ploxy though. One ulting in.
Oh, where you going, Kaisa? It is illegal to move in the Summoner's Rift, by the way. You should have bought Mercury Treads.
Yeah, we can see the player gold. I want to see if Kaisa, when she has flash and stuff again. I don't think she had flash there, I assume. And she just got caught out. Yeah, no flash. They recognize that on the side of DMG and they punish it well. Even though they have no ulti on Amumu and they have ulti on Sejuani, they recognize that, punish it, and they get Herald for it. Really well played.
Can I say, the attention to detail on getting the first Herald on 3 games for DMG has been spotless.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, even if the setup isn't perfect, they are still able to get it a lot of times just from... Yeah, they're able to get it just from like capitalizing on mistakes from enemy, and it's pretty good, you know.
No cannon, no display, and oh, here she comes! Kaisa but Ploxy reading the map every single time. It is a 3 versus 4. Make it a 3 versus 3. Make it a 3 versus 2. Make it a domination for DMG.
The Lissandra
read it and
Lissandra and Amumu. Yeah, they just killing them so quickly. Like you wouldn't expect those 2 champions to do so much damage. This Lissandra support pick, they decide to not ban it, and they get it again, and they just pull it out. Why did they give Kasing Lissandra again? I do not understand. The damage he's doing and the Amumu, like the setup and everything, it's beautiful. 3k gold lead for DMG now. It's
so
looking really rough for Wilderness. Yeah.
Okay, when you look into Kaisa, would you realistically build Attack Speed Boots or Mercury Treads? Because I'm thinking like, it's too much CC, but if one catches you, you're dead. I don't think it's even reasonable. Like, if you're caught, you're dead.
No. Yeah, I mean, you don't have cleanse, and you're playing against Lissandra and stuff, so you're just dead anytime she flashes on you late game, because you have TP. So that's, like, already hard. I think, like, at this point, you just have to go AP. It's really shitty, because your team lacks AP, so you have to go AP. So you need to go Sorcerer Shoes, in my opinion. And then just poke, because you can't do anything else. Like you can go to Nashers for the E upgrade, and then you go Sorcerers and just poke, you know. But overall, it's a really rough situation for Shaolin. They have tanky members on the side of DMG, and you know he has to go AP. It's not looking good.
You have to be in the middle of the fight as well. Like you need to fight there, but you can't.
Yeah, no. Especially with Amumu can just flash ult on you, or Lissandra flash ult, and you have no cleanse, you're just dead instantly. That damage. And that's not even an item completed for Kanin.
That's why I reacted like, what is that?
Yeah.
That's not even the arcade skin, man. Like, it shouldn't be this buffed. Arcane Season 2 leak? Okay.
Plus 5% damage if it's arcane skin. Hidden buff.
Oh, see?
Ooh, flashes out.
And now you have to wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes, no flash. Like, he's dead anytime Ornn ults him, anytime Amumu ults him, or Lissandra ults him, or even Varus. Like, anytime anyone breathes on him, he's dead.
That's the thing. You're like, hey, is it legal to move in the rift?
No, it's
Am I allowed?
Okay, look at the ult over the wall, it gets him, but will it be enough? So Johnny waiting there.
Peekaboo, I freeze you.
No
That's
flash.
exactly what Sejuani is gonna say. Flash is not
Yeah, he's
available.
dead.
How can you get out of this? It seems like Kaist is not the only one that is not allowed to move.
Nice
Pride
setup.
goes down.
Nice setup, but they will just look to trade bot side now since Sejuani is top. Even if it's a really good setup, that would be really good if you're even in the game. When you're a bit behind, it's a little bit worse, you know.
Nice Walker with the bandage toss, instantly frozen. Kasing wants to follow it through. Where are you going, Kasing? He doesn't care. Tidebringer gets the heal. The missing shot and the turret shot is more than enough. Bloxy killed him? How? Wait, huh?
Demonic Embrace, the burn.
But he has
They're
so much.
really. Yeah, I mean, I'm really like.
He
You
had
can
like
see how behind they
100
are.
HP?
Yeah, not sure. I mean, you can
Something
see.
happened. Oh! Another freeze. Kasing is there to help. Kasing is not letting his mates die.
Okay,
You know
I mean,
Kasing
you
works.
cannot have played this much worse as a DMG and you still end up on top. That's a little bit scary if you're Wilderness, you know?
Yes. I agree 100%. Like, there were so many mistakes on that dive, and they still came out on top.
3 flashes used from DMG's side. The next fight will be interesting. I mean,
Flash
if you're...
available.
Yeah, if you're Wilderness now, you kind of just have to look for a pick. Because you need to look for a fight now when a Mumu ult and the Sound ult is down. If you can't get that, then you need to look for a pick. Because in a standard fight, you will not win.
It's a third game, remember everyone. We already had 2 previously. Wilderness were able to win the first one. DMG on the second. We're able to bring it back. And another bandage toss, but how good can you be? This is ridiculous, Bloxy. Kasing not letting him go. He just needs one more slow flashes. Yeah, he's on the killing spree as a support. What is this? What is this? I missed you so much, Kasing.
No flash and blazing. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's hard to play Pyke into this, you know? I do not understand why they left Lissandra open, but they did, and now they feel his wrath, you know?
Exactly.
Okay. Amumu getting 2 items soon with 10 Darksteel stacks. It's scary. He does damage, and he's supposed to be the tank, you know?
Everything deals damage now on the DMG side.
Yeah, indeed.
Lissandra with 5 kills. Like, this is when you type in on chat, please buy Control Wars, Varus. Spots him. We've seen this previously. The damage, he jukes him around. But there's a Sejuani. You know there's the fight from the Freljord. Tidebringer is gonna fall down versus the Kaiser, so something is happening for the Wilderness.
Kaiser kills Varus.
The shutdown finally comes in. Orn. Bloxy once the kill comes in, the curse of the sad mummy. And Pride is running away. He's the one calling mummy now, but goes in. Bloxy yet again. He has no fear. What are you doing? What are you doing? Royal Cannon comes in to clean up the fight. You flash in and goes into the skies. He's so low already. It comes in. Blaze not stopping. The Q goes wide, but the Q from Kree is enough. They're so low. Fails the finisher. This was just a weird fight in Wilderness. Somehow.
I'm so confused, but hey, Wilderness got what they needed, you know? Really weird fight. I think Kasing not having ult, Tide as well, and Tide getting ult.
Apparently it was not over. Apparently it was not over. Tidebringer just needs one more touch. The arrows doesn't connect with his ankle.
Okay, I need to
He
breathe
runs away in the shadows. Okay, let's talk about this.
Let's relax a bit.
This was a lot of gold for Pyke and the team.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they needed, you know. Of course, they still need more, because they're still behind, and they should be ahead. But if they get another fight like this, I'd be worried as DMG. They cannot give away stuff like this. Like, they just need to keep the gold lead, let Orn get his items, start getting items on their poke champions, and poke, and do like last game, you know? They get control with vision, start poking before objectives, and they're happy, you know? Okay, Hextech going over. And the Hextech.
Charlie is there. Look at that
No
damage.
flash.
Okay, that's
Should
a
be
big
dead.
difference.
No, he's not.
Is already
They
there to stop him.
respect it.
They have to.
Yeah.
At least they got the herald. Oh, that from below is not available. That's why Pyke didn't go in. It was just not available.
Fox is going to the camp to heal of it. Are they still gonna look to fight this, I wonder? Looks like they're not.
Vlad was there, but oh, Death from below is now available, so he needs to be careful. Shawnee on the other side using the static shift, the double connects, but there's no Nasher, so that means the cooldown is not going to be reset. And reset on Kasinga, he's going to freeze himself. And Mumu comes in, curse of the set, maybe that's a snipe from out of town! Royal Cannon doesn't stop every single game. He's a beast, he's the sniper, and 3 of them die for the price of the adult.
Yeah, Sejuani going in and ulting, and Ploxy flashing out, so it hits the Lissandra with her ult and stopwatch, you know, she won't die. They end up overcommitting, and Ploxy gets a 3-man ult, even though he's low, and just a nice fight for DMG, you know, this is the issue with Wilderness comp. If they don't get a really good pick, they don't have enough engage to like where they can go all in, since they have 2 champions that just wants to poke, you know, they don't have enough damage to kill them off, basically, and they will just get turned on.
Stops the recall, but timers. Let me check. Mountain Drake is now the soul for this one. Finally, we don't get a cloud. I know Jamada loves the cloud. But,
yeah. Yeah, almost 2 kills per minute there. It's pretty. I mean, they like fighting for sure. No team is backing down here.
Remember how the game started though, Bananas? Everybody was so calm, so chill, and all of a sudden.
Yeah. I think the moment DMG got a lead, Wilderness realized, okay, we need to just make anything happen, because if not, we're gonna lose the game. And that is true, you know. After the first play goes wrong, then they need to get a lead again somehow. Sejuani getting a triple kill as well, all the gold on her, not the best. But I'm impressed, you know, like, even though the comp is hard to play and execute, they're still able to get like skirmishes like when K'Sante roam down and get stuff to happen. So they might continue and make that happen again. We don't know, the game is never over until it's over.
Exactly. Just
Bit
as DMG will capable of coming back with that better steal.
Yeah, exactly.
Can do the same, so be careful.
Yeah, exactly. There's mana moon stacking on the side of DMG. They will most likely just look to relax while they get them stacked up.
But that means K'Sante will be able to build up, and we just saw on the top side Jace fighting off the K'Sante, and that was almost healing damage.
Yeah.
Maybe with the last whisper.
Yeah, I think.
So you know you need to let it stack, but you're also giving time for Nashers to appear on the Kai'Sa, and also for Ezreal, and also for K'Sante to be tanky. Oh, look at this.
Oh, flashing from the sun.
Takes in the jungler. Look at the time, and it's 20 minutes. If no one dies.
K'Sante on Varus.
K'Sante on Varus is gonna take one down with him. This is K'Sante we're talking about. He's looking to take even more. The Omnifip is there, but the sniper again from Royal Cannon. As Pride knocks up Planet. Planet getting low. Pride as well. And all of a sudden plays for the death from below. Gets sniped now, so close. Shock Blast just misses by an inch. And Ploxy, you know the bandage toss from this guy never misses unless he flashes away. So Planet wants to slow him down with the red buff. Oh, if no one died, that could have been a better buff.
Yeah, that was a little bit back and forth. I mean, K'Sante is better when there's...
Oh, Ploxy's saying, gets the hug, gets a toss. Be my friend, Shaolin! That's how you make friends in real life, by the way.
That should be Drake secured. I mean, now they won't have a Mumu ult, so now should a battle of can they get there quick enough, establish vision, and start poking. But it looks like Varus is caught out.
They never stop.
Yeah, it just doesn't stop fighting. That might be Drake to Wilderness. Yeah.
28 kills. Alanderas. Whoa.
Oh my god, that damage.
It never stops. It just never stops.
I mean, Ploxy and...
bloody game.
Ploxy and Kazing do not want to lose this game, but 40 kills at 22 minutes almost. It's not exactly what they want with their team comp. It doesn't look like Wilderness is getting the Drake though. I mean, they're trying now, but it might be a little bit late. Oh, they're gonna turn to the Baron and threaten with it.
Ooh,
the damage.
Well, Cannon, that's not something you can heal from.
Look,
it's not something you can go underwater.
Ezreal's gonna solo the Drake. They need to just poke while they're looking to get in vision, because they don't know if they're on. The Ezreal is gonna assure them that they're on Dash.
Because they're doing the Nash, but it's only Ploxy
this is risky.
and Ornn. But that was the percentage damage coming in, so This is just disappearing. Cry now is understanding that the Baron is being done. Blaze wants to put up a ward. The ward is again at 3000 HP. We've seen the Baron steal in this game. Can we do it again? No, we've not. And Proxy goes in. Gets the Curse of the Sun Mummy. And Royal Cannon just running away from Cassante. On the other side, it's going to be a focus down on the Sejuani, and the heal is more enough to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Cry is just running away. Gets the knock on the ground. It doesn't matter, but because the Venom buff is already being provided. And Bloxy is still on the chase from that one, and the blast can't save him. Somehow, that saves him. So it's a 1-for-1.
What?
A 1-for-2.
I mean,
wait, a 1-for-3. Can I stop counting, Banderas? I was never good at math, Banderas.
It's really well executed by DMG. Both the Kai'Sa and Pyke got poked out, so they were like, oh, almost dies. They both got poked out, so they were really low before the fight. So all DMG had to do was ensure that Sejuani can't enter the pit. Kasing goes over the pit and make sure that Sejuani can't enter, and they just finish the Nash and win the fight after. Really well executed. It looked a little bit scary, but since the poke landed, it ended up well.
Can I just point out the fact that Floxy is sitting at 9 kills, and he has Jack Show, Demonic Embrace,
and Magi.
And he's going for the Zonias. How many people do you have to kill to say we got rid of the damage dealer?
Yeah. Before it was just Jace and Varus, but now it's Amumu as well. I mean, Lissandra as well has Zonias, you know, she has damage. Her base damage is really high as well. It is definitely a hard situation for Wilderness. They kind of need to look for pick, maybe on Varus since he doesn't have flash. If he ever steps up, they will look on him for sure.
Sante getting a little bit more power with each passing
he's
minute.
going to get the bot bounty, but in the end they will most likely trade the top tower for this.
But they need that gold, they need that global gold. You sacrifice a little bit in order to get some global gold. Talking about global gold, look who's ahead of it. It is Cannon with 12,000, then Bloxy. The first time we see DMG constantly ahead in the game. Is this gonna bite them back? I don't know. Maybe you're so used to fighting from behind that you don't know how to play from ahead.
This all came from an Ornn Baron. Oh my god. Can you believe it? The Ornn from Pride. Is this his third Ornn game? I think so, right?
It is. It is.
Yeah. He is an Ornn player.
Radiant Virtue. Yet again. Ornn wants to heal them. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Prime.
Yeah,
it's
look at the Radiant Virtue.
Oh!
He's building. Ooh!
Ezreal's just lost 2 kidneys.
Jesus Christ, the poke is hurting.
That was so much.
I think it's a little bit weird having Ornn alone mid, but if it works, it works. You know, they're looking to poke and go through the top side.
You can't do it again. If he does it again, someone's gonna die. 2-shot barrage just goes wide, doesn't hit anyone relevant to the cause. The hook comes in, doesn't matter. It is Sante, locked down, brought down to the ground. This is so important. Out of a sudden, a 4v5 may seal this series. As goes in against the freezing. Bloxy just wants to get the Curse of the Sun Mummy. He wants to hug everybody. He wants to share some love, spread awareness, and Amumu is looking for friends. But I bring
this might be GG.
Are
they gonna look? No.
Oh, that from below goes wide. He goes in. The Duskblade is going to provide him with some safety, but it doesn't matter. Oh, nice stopwatch, buying enough time, but the clock is broken. And the score is not, as it seems as DMG is looking for the kill, looking for the first place. Royal Cannon goes into arcane mode, and only Plunder is alive. A lonely Ezreal. The timers are still big. Cassante finally joins the fight. Oh my goodness! It's painful to watch. Dennis, you okay?
Okay, I'm okay. Just a little bit overwhelmed. You know, there's so many kills. This does not. There's almost 2 kills per minute, and we're 30 minutes in. You know, it's a little bit intense. I mean, it's kind of what Wilderness wanted.
Job, man.
Yeah,
so
kind of what Wilderness wanted. Yeah, no, too much. Can't describe. I mean, it's just Wilderness wanted this, but it didn't really go their way. And I mean, DMG just decided to contest everything, and now we have a 4-item Cloaks with almost full stacked Magi's, you know? It's, this Amumu is scary.
It is. It is. Magi
Smart.
G2 stacks.
Smart
I was just
decision
gonna
by
say that out
DMG to take the Drake. They're gonna take the Drake so the minions have time to go into their base, and then they're gonna go bot side. The next wave that's coming, they're probably gonna follow this. You see they're pinging it already. They're gonna follow this and play to get the tower spot, while the other minions are in the base. Pride going
If you
mid
press
while having
F1,
TP.
by the way, you'll see the amount of vision they have, which is none. So you're just looking into the water and saying, well, there's a shark there, but I need to go
Oh.
into the water. In order to win, I need to go into the water. What do? You can't. Yeah, you don't hope that one. Blaze, you don't hope that one. Floxy doesn't care. He's a tank, he does so much damage, but they finally got a hold of Varus. It's a good initiation. And the Mumu is already quite low. The teleport comes in.
Huge turn by Mumu.
And all of a sudden, oh, this could be enough. This could be enough. Kasing is in the middle. Floxy's getting low. All of a sudden, the double kill comes in from Royal Cannon. Making a triple. This guy's a monster! Royal Cannon looking for the penta. So low. Blended running away. The flash is down. He's swapped. Touch away. Royal Cannon wants the penta, but he doesn't get it. Yet again, Plunder is the surviving member from the wilderness.
Oh, he gets the penta!
Plunder's
beaming! Plunder's
Royal
beaming, he gets the
Cannon!
penta! Oh no!
Adopt me, please, you're the monster! The 2-1 comes in clean for DMG. The wilderness did their best, but the cannon was on the hunt.
GG. Do not give this guy Jace again. Holy moly. And Lissandra as well. Incredible. Well, that was intense and that was fun. I'm gonna have to leave, so I'll leave the rest to you, Arkaram.
Oh, that was fast.
Yeah, thank you for the games, and talk to you later. See ya.
Always a pleasure, Banderas, man. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Not of a sudden, DMG wins this one. The odds were lying. The odds were lying, everyone. The odds were lying. This was a beautiful one. This was a beautiful game. And we got it. We got it. So don't go anywhere because we still have some surprises for you back at home. Don't worry. We're not done with the production. We're not done. Not even close. Not even close. It's 2-1 in favor of DMG. And I gotta say, this was a beautiful game to begin with. Before we start wrapping this up, we also need to look into the graphics to see the damage. Obviously, Royal Cannon must be at the top of the graphic. It was a scary one. It was just tremendous. I'm just getting a hold of my production. There we go. Now I'm looking into you all. DMG stays in first place for now, even though they can tie it up with other teams because we don't know how it's going to end the second match day of the league. Obviously, we need to follow the league as much as possible for you back at home. As I believe production can talk to me or someone else is talking to me. I'm listening to keyboards, so I don't know what is happening. I know someone is around, but I don't know who. Oh, Kasing!
Hello. It's nice
to
see you. It's nice to see you finally again, Ocharam. After what the NLC did, they butchered you. Unbelievable. Completely undeserved. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. I am doing good.
I know.
I'm awake now, That first game, I swear to God, because basically I took a nap. I don't, but I was trying something different because today, it was like the gods were trying to tell me you're gonna lose today. I got woken up twice, from the doorbell at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. respectively, and yeah, it was been a rough day. But you know what? The second and third game, I'm pretty happy about. I was like, guys, you gotta pick me this pick. I've been playing it for the past whole week. So yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that, Lissandra, because I was hoping or I was expecting the ban to come on the third game. The first game was not the best, but you started off a little bit. Yeah, let's not talk about this.
I started with no flash and 0-2 in lane. That's just that's the hardest of hard mode. I don't know what to say, but no, it was yeah.
Talk to me about the Lissandra. What can we expect from this Lissandra? Because it's being picked more and more often. It seems like it's at a really good stake right now, no?
I think the whole reason for why Lissandra works so well is because, one, you can basically itemize to go tank, and technically, by being in status, right, technically in the Zhonya's position, or if you have a Lissandra R, you're basically not taking any damage, which is basically tanking. You're stalling time so that, they can't damage you, whereas their support, if they're Rakan or whatever, they're taking damage. They can't just turn invis. So I think Lissandra works really well, not to mention also because of like you get lane priority, whereas the other melee supports you kind of need to contest for it. Lissandra doesn't need to contest; she can just get it herself.
Okay, looking into this game, I mean, there's not much we can digest because I want to talk about so many things outside of the game. So let's jump away from that one and kind of focus on the league itself and the team itself. Because when I saw your name, I was like, wait, but he's playing for. Wait. So how do you manage the idea of playing for the? Yeah, you know.
To be honest, I'm also a bit confused as well. Like I don't know how this situation came to happen. Let's just say
Okay.
this whole year has been quite, I would say, surprising in many different ways, like good and bad. But you know what? I'm really happy actually to have like what's it called, this opportunity to play in, I guess, the Norwegian league, because one, it's, I guess, something different, right? I've always liked to play in like different kind of tournaments, just because I like to experience different kind of players and blah blah blah. And having this team, with like the current roster with Pride, what a pleasure to play with him. But yeah, no, it's amazing so far.
So tell me a little bit about the team. Imagine I'm someone that just joined in on the stream, saw the team playing, and I'm like, wait, I know a few names. I know Kaseng, obviously, but how is this team working? What can we expect from this team? Is this an aggressive team? Is this a passive team? What can you tell me?
Well, personally, my identity is I like to just go in, right? As you saw in some games, I just, even if I die, I don't care, as long as I get to engage, guys. You know what? I hope you guys carry. But I'm just saying, like, when you look at our team, right? Maybe some people might not know, but the mid laner, Rorokanin, he's actually rank 1 on the US ladder. So that's like someone to watch out for. He's an upcoming talent for sure. And obviously we have probably, I would say, the best Norwegian players, I would say, in the league. And yeah, I think right now it's like when you just look at how our roster works, technically, we don't really scrim, right? But it's just we all have a good identity of how we want to play, or mainly from me, because I usually like to call what I want to do or how I like to do stuff. But also everyone gives their input as well, so it works really really well in that regard.
So we look into the team and we got that information, but there's someone we need to talk as well. I mean, you have a coach. It's Tom Kick. I know it's terrible, but what can you tell me about like how he's managing the troops? Tom Kick. He's on the chat, by the way.
I mean, he lets me do what I want. I'm like, coach, give me Lissandra and I carry. That first game, I'm sorry, like he literally put like 10k on me, and then I just lost him all 10k. But then he doubled down 20k on the second game, 40k, then he doubled down again. Oh my goodness, Tom Kick is rich right now. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I appreciate Tom. He, even though I would say I'm a boomer, I've played League for too long. So for him to trust me like this, like as if I'm just a 17-year-old rookie, straight out of solo queue, like, oh yeah, I like these champions. I'm so happy.
Now, if you look into this team, you're obviously putting the team on a high regard. Like this is a really good team. The scrims are not happening. That's worrisome, but it is a really good team. Are we expecting this team to go in first place of this league and even further beyond?
I mean, hopefully we can go to EU Masters, right? Oh wait, never
There
mind.
you go.
That's too bad. Maybe we can make world qualifiers. Yeah, I think that works too. Yeah, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
I miss you so much, man.
Obviously, I'll like to win everything. That's just how I am. I like to work hard. I like to win, and I definitely like to play Lissandra. Actually, I'm rank 1 Lissandra. Did you know that? I didn't even know that myself.
Wait, you are?
Apparently, yeah. I've literally just been playing her for a whole week straight. And that's including the first game I played with her. I went 0-3 in the first 5 minutes, and I still won that game. So I was like, okay, this champion's broken. If Kasing can go 0-3 and win the game, then something's wrong.
She has been picked often, like as a good counter versus Rakan and a high mobility support. And out of a sudden, in 1 week, you get the first?
The thing is, right, is that people picked her because they just picked her for the laning phase, right? They didn't really understand her job later on, because that's usually where Lissandra's just kind of like, either you go too crazy, you try to go in and then, no one can follow up. And then after it's like, okay, this pick is fucking useless, But I feel like I've kind of learned everything about her, about what can like make her bad, what can make her good. This is what, 1 whole week of Lissandra does to you. So
1 week.
It's fine.
So this is like the upgraded version of Leona. because I remember when you played Leona in NLC, and there was a
Mhm.
specific game that you were popping off so much. You were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy Zonias because I just go in and I'll go stasis."
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's
this
the
is the
same build.
updates.
It's
It's
literally the
exactly.
same. Yeah, I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong, right? I'm Kasing, so I only like ranged champions. I can't play tanks. I can't play any melees, as you may know. So that's the current stigma. But you know what? Lissandra fills the requirements. When people are like, "Oh, why do you pick range or pick tank?" Yeah, Lissandra, tank. Oh, what? She can
Take
CC
the
as well.
range.
Oh my god, amazing! Perfect champion for me.
Tom, listen to Kasing more often, Tom. That's all you need to win the league. Okay, it's quite simple. So if you're looking into this league, obviously we have to look into the other one. You're spreading attentions for both of them, right? If I'm not mistaken. I still don't understand that. How is life treating you on the other side on LFL?
Well, there was some recent drama, I would say, on Twitter about some certain things that was happening. I cannot comment nor confirm anything,
Oh,
but
I didn't knew.
it's
Oh,
getting sorted out. I mean, it's not about me. It's just rather
okay.
a player got replaced, and then there was some shenanigans that happened internally, externally. Then people talked, and then there was some French war going on, like French versus French. And then I think it's kind of sorted now, but yeah, it was kind of hyped by a lot of the
Kind of
French streamers.
hype. Do you need to talk French when you're playing with them?
Not as much as I would need to. No, no.
Do you
Just
know how to speak
oui,
French?
a bit. But when I say a bit, I mean like omelette du fromage and je suis Kasing. Yes.
Je suis cacique.
Oh sure, it's je
Je
m'appelle Kasing.
parle
Oh my god.
français. Cacique. Cacique.
It's fine. It's fine. That's enough French for today. Next time on Duolingo.
I did that in Germany for like 6 months to learn how to speak German. I came to
Wait, you learned
Portugal
German?
without knowing German, so no, I'm terrible. I'm
Oh,
terrible.
okay. I thought you like
My
learned in six
best
hours. Like,
sentence in
Jesus, that's
German
impressive.
is kein Deutsch, which is I don't speak German.
Ah,
That's my
it's
best
okay.
sentence in German. And
Just
I knew how
as
to
long as you
order
know,
kebab, so
as long as you know Schnitzel meat pommes, you're fine. And ein Doner
I know
Kebab.
that one.
Dankeschön.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's the classic. It's the classic.
Okay. What do you want to say? Like parting words for everyone back at home watching. Tell me, kissing.
Just to say thank you, Anders, for this great opportunity at DMG Esports. I'm so happy to be on the DMG Esports GG stream, and shout out to all DMG followers. And yeah, thank you all so much. Thank you so much, DMG Gaming. I love DMG. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for this. I missed you so much, man. I missed you so much.
I,
Have a
I
lovely
miss you
one.
too.
Congratulations on the victory. I
Yeah.
hope I can come back. I love DMG, by the way. I'm so happy to be invited to DMG. Oh, he's left. Oh, I lost Kasing. Oh, we lost Kasing, everyone. Well, this was a lovely, lovely, lovely day. I don't know. I don't know if I should be doing anything else. I think we can wrap it up. I'm just waiting for production to tell me that one. Back at home, I hope you guys had a blast watching this series. It was a lovely one. We got 3 games out of 3. That's the best we could get. All 3 games were close. Even the first one, there was always a glimmer of hope. Man, I'm tearing up. Like talking to Kasing, I'm actually tearing up. I missed him so much. This brings a lot of memories. This was a lot. There you go. Today's schedule. If you want to keep watching this league, keep aware that this is a league going on. This is the second match day. A lot of teams. This is the top talent from the northern region. So stay tuned. Obviously, stay tuned for all social media for DMG as well to know where they're coming live more often, if they're doing those games for the community as well, and to get to know more about the team. They're trying to provide as much content as they can to the community. So be sure to stay tuned for them. Be sure to stay tuned for the next stream. My name is Ashram. I love you very, very much, and I'll see you on the next stream if possible. See you soon.
Fire makes the city look so bright. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will